Happy Monday. Good to be with you guys. We're happy you're here. I already got a comment on the screen, an accident, but we're going to answer Smexy Panda. Smexy Panda, that's quite the name. We're going to answer your comment here in a second because you were the first one here, but really happy you guys are here with us today, and we are going to be doing a couple of different things. Obviously, we're going to be answering your Dynasty Fantasy Football trade questions. You should be making lots of trades in your Dynasty leagues. I have been very active in my Dynasty leagues last couple weeks, flipping my accidental contends to real contends, flipping my I thought I was going to contend and my team sucks to rebuilds, things like that. This is a pivotal time in making sure that you've got the right stuff going on for your Dynasty team. So I'm going to drop the link to get your questions answered in the comments right now. Make sure you guys drop a like. And also, if you're not subscribed and you play Dynasty, you might as well subscribe. Because, again, we're only going to put out high-quality content for you here on this channel. But there's the link to get your questions answered. You can get any of you trade questions answered on the Flock site. You've already seen that. I can walk you through it again in case you're brand new to that. But also, you can get a team blueprint if you're not familiar with the blueprints. They are how we do team reviews. We do your team live, and then you get a blueprint if you buy the live team blueprint option, which I'll show you how to do that on Flock as well. But we're going to be doing some team blueprints tonight as well. Per usual, as you know, we're the team review dudes. So I'll drop the link that takes you directly there as well. But between these two links, it should get you anywhere you need to go to get your question answered. And obviously, we're going to pop back over to the comments and answer your questions, including Smexy Panda. Dynasty 6-point passing touchdown, giving Lawrence a late 25 first and Ayuk for Justin Jefferson. Yeah, you're taking Justin Jefferson there for sure.
Yep.
Definitely worth it. So good question. I like that trade for you a lot. Like I said, we're going to jump over now. We are in stream mode on the Flock site, so we are going to get into this. We have, which one are we starting with, Nate?
Tim B Designs.
Okay, cool. This is this one right here.
Yep.
So let's go ahead, and here is the power rankings for his league. Yep. As you can see, his team is the Violators. Makes him the fourth ranked team in the league according to our power rankings. Yeah. And when you're looking at his team here, it stacks up pretty well. It's 3 and 4 currently, but I'll let you kind of take it away with the analysis here.
Yeah, so 3 and 4, a lot of times when we see this sort of situation, it's like, am I contending? Am I rebuilding? Do I want to reload this year and kind of repurpose my assets? This is actually a situation where I think that you are still easily contending. I obviously don't know the status of your matchup this week, but it doesn't really matter to me because I think your rest of the season outlook is so positive. You got Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow as your quarterbacks, plenty of value there. You have Breece Hall and Devon Achane as your top 2 running backs. Travis Etienne, Mike Evans, Drake London. Mike Evans obviously going now with the injury. Dallas Goedert's your top tight end. You got Nico Collins and Malik Neighbors as your top wide receivers. You got decent enough depth as well to play around with. This is a situation where I'm looking at guys like Devon Achane who haven't been productive because of the Tua injury. He's now back. He's being productive. You're probably going to win because of him. Breece Hall has been hit or miss. Nico Collins on IR. You just lost Mike Evans. That's tragic. Travis Etienne has been hit or miss and injured as well. So it's like, well, based off of all those guys, I don't know. I don't know what I'm comfortable with, right? I am comfortable with you contending and making a couple of moves here because you can still make some down tiers that are going to help the overall value of your team right now and still give you a better shot to, I think, make a push towards the end of the season. And that is hands down 100% going to include down tiering from both Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. And a 12-team, or this is actually an 8-team super flex. No, it's not an 8-team, actually. My bad. This is it is an 8-team.
It's an 8-team super flex.
Yeah, so an 8-team super flex. I still am going to down tier from Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow because there's just no upside there.
Yeah.
But not no upside. Very little upside, especially in Mahomes. You can down tier from both of these guys and you can get like really equally productive pocket passers like Purdy and Goff at a fraction of the price and get a premium at the running back or wide receiver position that are going to help you produce for the rest of the season. So both those guys, let's down tier from both of them. Etienne and Tank Dell, let's up tier from both of those guys. Let's package them together. Let's up tier and let's get a guy like Josh Jacobs, right? A guy who is going to be productive for the rest of the season and is going to be a really nice starting option for you at the running back position. That isn't even your second option. He's going to be your third option that you can plug in your flex. And then a target like Tyreek Hill, right? Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Josh Jacobs, and Tyreek Hill are great targets for this team. If you're down tiering from quarterback, if you're getting a guy like Jacobs, I think this is phenomenal because you have so many cornerstone assets at the moment. So obviously your contender rebuild scale, I'm going to have you favoring more the right side because I do think that your outlook is still going to be good for the rest of the year. I think that with Nico getting closer to a return, you're going to be just fine. And I'm a lot more encouraged with Achane producing first game back with Tua. That was that was really, really positive for your outlook. You got plenty of cornerstones to safely invest in some productive assets. So I'm really not worried about you paying a premium for guys that are older per se, if you can score some more points, because even if you invest in those guys, your outlook is going to be positive for the next couple of years. Overall, I gave you some conservative team grades here because this is an 8 team. I think looking at Mahomes and Burrow in an 8 team isn't really a 7 out of 10 because they don't offer a ton of upside. They do have some long-term safety though in a super flex format still. And then at running back, easily a 7 out of 10 for me. You've got some questions beyond Achane and Breece Hall, but Breece Hall and Achane alone are super great and have great upside for this format. Wide receiver, 8 out of 10. You got freaking Malik Neighbors, Collins, and London in an 8 team. That's great. Love the upside. Tight end, going to give you a 2 out of 10 there. You don't have an elite tight end. If you are going to target a tight end, make sure you're targeting a guy like Kittle or Hawkinson at a discount before he comes back healthy. I think that would really help the upside of your overall team and could help you make a playoff run once you get there. Upside is absolutely everything. Again, package your depth, raise production upside. I really, in this format, couldn't care less about your depth. If you can take advantage of the value that you have in your depth and raise your flexible upside here, your last flex option here is like Javonte Williams at the moment, a mix of Javonte Williams, Tank Dell, Calvin Ridley, Dontavion Wicks, whoever's going to be the most productive on a weekly basis. It's not really predictable right now. So just package those guys, get a more reliable guy. So ultimately, I do think you are a pretty well-rounded team. Yeah. I think you've got plenty of value here. You got an extra 26 second. You're not missing any of your future rookie picks. This is a pretty good situation for you overall. So I like the look here. Don't panic about being 3 and 4. I would assume you're going to be 4 and 4 after this week, maybe 3 and 5 if you had a tough matchup, but I think you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I totally agree. I like this team, man. Good job. We appreciate you getting a blueprint as well. And you guys can get a live blueprint. We'll break down your team right here on the stream. We'll stay here and do as many team reviews as we want. I just dropped the link to get your questions answered. So if you do have a question that you want to skip the line and also be shown on the feed that's on the screen, you can just follow that link. That's how you get, it's essentially equivalent to a super chat, but it's better and better looking. So you can do that as well. And then also the link to get a team blueprint, I'll drop here as well if you guys are interested in that. But I'll show you how to do that real quick. We'll answer a couple questions in the comments after that. But if you're on the Flock Fantasy site, there is going to be this orange button up here. You can see it expanding in the top right corner. It says expert advice because Nathan and I are definitely genius experts. Everybody knows that if you know us. But you're going to get 4 options here. You can do a super chat where you can just type if you have a question, a start sit question, a trade question. You can link your Dynasty team with Sleeper and give us trade questions and also give us your opponent's team so we can give you trade options. And then your team review here is how you're going to get a team blueprint. So like I said, if you're wanting a team review or something like that, you can go in here, link your team, select which one you've got, and then it will let you select us if you want a live team blueprint. I'll kind of show you how to do that. You go here, there's us, team blueprint, boom, slide up. It's like 10 extra bucks to get it done right now on this stream. That's how you do it. So again, you can also ask trade questions and anything else that's going to pop up right here in this feed. But I just dropped the links if you guys want to do that. We'll continue answering questions. Let's answer a couple questions from the comment section real quick. Are the Colts changing to Flacco? That wouldn't surprise me at this point.
I actually think they are going to, and I think the fact that it's a primetime game where all eyes are on that team overall, I think they're going to start Flacco. Seriously,
I think Nathan's probably right there, which is crazy considering we just spent a top 5 pick on this guy. So Toronto Dave, what's up? What's up, Dalton? Good to see you. Sell Lad. I probably wouldn't. I don't think he's a sell or a buy. He's probably just a hold for me. I don't know if you have any strong. I don't think I don't think there's okay, take advantage while you can and sell Lad after his big game. Like that's. To me, I'm not there with Lad McConkey. What do you think, Nathan?
No, I agree with you there.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm making sure they can see everything here. But let's see. Drop Dowdle for Winston and trade Winston for a pick. I'm assuming this is going to be a more shallow league here if you're dropping Rico Dowdle, and it's going to depend if it's a super flex league. But if it's not, I probably wouldn't do that. Downs or Bucky on a wide receiver heavy team. I would take Josh Downs. So. The intro is new-ish, but we've had it for a little bit. Appreciate you guys showing out. Based on recent games, do you think I can ride with Herbert as my QB, as my only QB and one QB to a ship? No, I don't think so. I think if you can try to get somebody off of waivers or somebody better there, or make a trade if it's a dynasty league. So, all right, appreciate you guys. Let's jump back over here. We have a super message here. Can't get the team review to work accurately. If I tip here and send Sleeper ID, can I get one? It's a lot easier for us if you just submit as a non-sleeper team. So let us know what your specific issue is. If you go into the Flock Discord and go into the site issues channel, they can help you out with this and help you resolve it. Ideally, we would do it that way. But I mean, if you did send us one like this, we could technically do it, right? I mean, if we have the sleeper ID.
If we have the ID, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to do that, that's probably fine. So
I would still submit through the site, and then if you can't plug in the ID in there, just put it in the chat in the ID, or put the chat in the put the ID in the chat.
What are you gonna do? Put the
and
chat
then
where?
we'll
Where you
pull
put the
it
chat?
from the chat. So if that
man.
cleared anything up for you.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna
Gosh.
do this one next. Are you getting this one pulled up?
Yep. it's
Okay.
pulled.
So he says, "Hey guys, this is from our guy
Hey.
RS342080. It's my first year doing a Dynasty League. I'm not too sure where to go as my record is decent, but I don't know if my team is good enough to win at all." That's a good question. If y'all have any recommendations on what I should do with my draft picks as well. And luckily on our My Teams now, we do have draft picks reflected here. Hooray. His team is Cooter Killer, which is a hilarious name, and he is second in his league just by a little bit. So it looks like you're going to have a pretty good team we're analyzing here. He's 4-3 so far. This is a Dynasty 12-team, 1 QB PPR league where you're starting 9 players. Okay. So 1 QB, CJ Stroud, Matthew Stafford. And it's not a rushing upside guy. It's an 8, right?
I mean,
12 team, 8. Yeah, it's Stroud.
in a 1 QB.
Yeah.
He's not producing. That's a 7.
From a value standpoint, though, he's still a top 5 QB in Dynasty.
In 1 QB.
Yeah, I mean this is Dynasty League, so production's on everything.
Right.
I mean, I think CJ Stroud.
I mean,
is
you've got like 6 rushing upside QBs, and then you've got the tier of Burrow, Mahomes, Stroud, Love, which is.
It's an 8. I said it's an 8. Swift, Stevenson, Jamal Williams, Ezekiel Elliott. Again, this is running back room. This is obviously clearly you are investing in the right positions here. The running back room, Swift, Stevenson, and a 12 team. That's probably what, a 4 or 5, 4.
Yeah, I think it's a 4.
Wide receivers, Jefferson, Nico, JSN, Waddle, Addison. So some 2 really dominant guys
Really
here.
good.
And then honestly, some solid guys here. And then it's kind of a big drop off after that.
I think that's a solid 8.
I think that's an 8 as well. Bowers and Chig, that's at least an 8.
Bowers is an auto 9. He's tight end 1.
And
He's
yeah, I'm
outproducing
with
everyone.
you. And then draft capital.
he owns all his future rookie picks.
Yes.
so
yeah.
I will
Perfect.
say I'll give you a wide receiver factory archetype here. I do think you are contending this year, given your situation. Your depth. Let's take a look at your depth here. Stafford as a backup isn't bad. You got Rashad Bateman, Polk. Not good depth. That's a 1 out of 10. Because outside of you're kind of forced to flex JSN and Addison every single week, which is not ideal.
No, there's a pretty clear drop off at every position here, in my opinion. So,
but we've got plenty of moves for you to make here.
Yeah, we do.
That are going to involve down tiers, and I think they're going to help you out quite a bit. So, who would be the first guy you'd down tier from?
I mean, honestly, I would probably still down tier from Stroud. I think just because you can go get Kyler still. Kyler sucked, though. Like, here's the thing. Like, you talk about the rushing upside QBs. Kyler's been bad. So, like, it's not like having a rushing upside QB automatically translates to...
Stroud is still QB 15 compared to Kyler being QB 8.
Yeah.
That is a significant difference.
It is.
Stroud has not been producing. Like, he's been as bad as Mahomes.
Which,
Almost as
I
bad
mean,
as
we
Mahomes.
said that Stroud was a pretty bad pick for redraft. However, in Dynasty, I'm still fairly comfortable
In
with Stroud.
Dynasty 1 QB, he still has more value, but again, we don't at least view that much of a difference when you're talking about the pocket passers with insulation, like Purdy, Goff, all of those guys. They're kind of all in the same tier. So if you can get any value in return by down tiering from Stroud to,
I mean, here's the thing: you could even go
Goff
to
and just do it.
yeah, that's true. There's really not
Yeah.
a huge difference there in production, and that's the main thing. So, I mean, even if you down tiered to Love or Purdy or somebody like that, like down tier to Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I mean, and then this is how you get depth, right? Because he's going to need a running back here. So maybe you just straight up try to move Stroud for a running back and down tier to Brock Purdy or Jared Goff or something like that.
What you could do is you could get Cousins for dirt cheap as an option because he has decent pocket passing upside as well. And then you, like you said, just trade CJ Stroud straight up for a productive asset for a wide receiver or running back.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you're at that points at the quarterback position in one QB, I mean, they're a dime a dozen. It's not a super flex format. You can get anyone that's, ranked 16 to 24 at a decent price. So I think that's a good move. I'm also going to have you move off JSN. I just want a higher upside guy. The guy doesn't, he's not showing that he can have consistent upside. And even if that means going and paying up for a veteran, I am totally fine with that because I think you have enough guys to make a contending push here. So if we are moving Stroud at the running back position, who do we want to target in this range? Probably a guy like Josh Jacobs is a good target right now.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is a good target. All
Josh Jacobs
priced in
showing
this
out
range.
finally.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is doing really well, and he has so much volume that I think he's a pretty solid guy to target in a 1 QB. JSN, if we're going for a guy with higher upside,
as a wide receiver 3, I mean, I feel like that's where you need vets. What's the price difference between Tyreek Hill and JSN in Dynasty leagues right now, according to Keep Trick Cut?
Not far.
I mean, that's where I would go. Now, let's look at some of the bad teams and see who we can...
it's not far at all.
Let's look at the bad teams and see who we can snipe. Let's see. Wow, look at this league.
It's very close.
Holy... Oh my gosh, have you ever seen this?
Everyone 3 and 4.
Everyone is 3 and 4 or 4 and... Oh, wait. There's 1, 5, and 2 in here. That is the most even league from a record standpoint I've ever seen in my life.
Never seen that.
That's crazy.
Well, let's go look at number 12.
All right. Well, I mean, even number 12 in a 1 QB league is going to be competing just because of AJ Brown, Devontae Adams,
he just
and JT.
lost Christian Kirk.
True. But he has Aaron Jones.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really anybody who I don't think would... It might not be easy to find trade targets on this team. Now, here's Tyreek.
I think you should try that.
Oh, okay, let's go. Let's go for it. I'm with you.
Yep. All right, and one last guy to move.
Okay, so...
Are you moving Swift right now in Dynasty?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do it.
Are you though?
Yeah,
with his upside?
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
That was just a question. I wasn't even asking.
No, I think I am. I don't think this.
Would you rather move him or Addison?
Who's more expensive? Honestly,
well, they're both priced in the same range.
I know.
Addison has been a pretty notable faller. He hasn't lost a ton of value, but.
So I probably wouldn't do Addison. What about Tank? Why don't you buy Tank?
Dell?
Yeah. Look at his value. And he, the rest of the season, is going to be out probably without Stephon Diggs.
Have they come out with what happened to Stephon?
They haven't, but it's a non-contact. He's not practicing.
I couldn't tell if it was like his hamstring or his knee. He held his knee.
They think...
They've been like super hush. So I don't know.
Yeah, they have been really hush. And they haven't said anything today. So I don't know. I mean... But, I mean, that could be one where it would pay off. Also, Nico and Stephon Diggs, like, that's a combination of guys that gets hurt quite a bit. But Swift, I'm fine with.
He needs help at running back, though.
He really
I don't
does.
really think you can down tier from Swift and get a guy that's going to be better.
Well,
I think let's move Addison for like a Kamara.
So we just need to put some productive running backs on here, like Connor, Jones, Kamara.
I mean, I have Jacobs and I have Kamara.
Yeah,
and
that's
I have
perfect.
Tyreek Hill. So
okay.
Yeah, suggestions and comments here.
Yeah. Just pursue upside at the quarterback position because CJ Stroud's not giving you any positional advantage.
I would say either pursue upside at the QB position or fade it entirely.
Yeah. And go. I mean, freaking start Malik Willis. Like
seriously. Yeah.
Honestly.
Rushing upside or nothing.
Yeah.
Is the name of the game here.
Yeah, he has a lot of young guys that are kind of stuck in the middle. JSN, Waddle, and Addison. Go get either.
I think it's reasonable for you to consider shopping Waddle.
It's definitely a team where I would say also make sure you hold your picks.
Yeah, consider shopping Waddle for a wide receiver 1, or just straight up a rebuild overpaying.
Yeah.
Take advantage of a panicking team.
Which, I don't know, maybe they won't have teams panicking yet, but...
And then I would also say... Don't be afraid of running backs. Don't be afraid of targeting some running backs. You have plenty of wide receiver value. And don't trade your picks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for getting a live team blueprint. Yeah, let us know what questions you have as you go through this process of making this team better. But honestly, you're in a league that looks very balanced, and your team looks from a value standpoint like one of the better ones in a 1 QB Dynasty league here. So really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. All right, let's refresh this thing, see what we got in the queue. All right, we got, looks like 2 or 3 team reviews. That one doesn't look like a live one. So Nate, if you wanted a live review, you had to select the live option. So if you do want that, just let us know. You can just do like a super message for the difference, but it's like $10, I think. So if you're watching, you want that, Nate, just let me know. Corey, let's answer your question real quick. We appreciate you, my friend, one of our besties. $5 for
$5 foot long.
For Kittle getting me the win in the Platinum League. Man, I'm glad one of us is having a good season in that league because it definitely isn't Nathan and I. Which honestly, our team's not, from a value standpoint, it's not that bad.
No, I looked back at that trade that we made for Rashee Rice.
Oh my gosh,
and we crushed,
annihilated it.
Yes,
absolutely.
Did we get a pick in that too? I forget if we got a pick or not.
But. So Nate, you do want it. So here, when you go to the Flock site, just go to the same place you purchased the team review and just do like a super chat, and just do whatever, and you can do a $10 super chat, and then we'll upgrade it for you. So, but yeah, shout out Corey. I'm glad you're doing well in that league. That's a pretty big pot you're gonna win if you. We're 3 and 4 in that league now, and we did win this week, so we're 4 and 4 in that league. So I wonder where we'll be standing in that league because we have enough value. I mean, that league's really even across the board. Let's see what the other teams did this week. That is interesting. I'll filter out all these million team reviews that we have. There we go. We got Dalton's first. Dalton, oh my gosh. You're a nut.
League name. Last one.
That's funny. Okay. Let's see. So Corey won, but that guy will go to 5 and 3. 3 and 4 teams played. They'll be 4 and 4 as well. 4 and 3 team won. 6 and 1 team won. There was 4 and 3 teams, so it's going to be pretty close. We'll be borderline playoffs in that league. We might have to look at that this week. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do another Dalton team. Yeah, this is Dalton's, I think, 15th now blueprint, but
yeah.
Yeah. So Dynasty Dumpster Fire, appreciate you, buddy. Team review is going to be based on your membership. You get 30% off when you're a member and you use code domain. That's the cheapest way to get one. I'm not, off the top of my head, I'm not sure the price. It's going to depend on your Flock membership status. So if you're a domain member, you can get one cheapest for sure. That's what I would recommend.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and drop this in here just in case any of you guys want to get a team review. We're doing a couple more of these. We got some room tonight, though. All right. So Dynasty team here. This is going to be a Dynasty Superflex 12 team. Start 11. It does say non-PPR here, so it might be a standard scoring Dynasty league. But this is one of Dalton's team, no strangers to love, and he is 9th out of 12th in this league, so it doesn't look like it's going to be an elite value. It looks like it's a rebuild. He's got a ton of pick value here. But let's go down and take a look at this. No strangers to love. Obviously, he has Jordan Love on his team. Let's start with quarterbacks. Jordan Love, Russell Wilson, Michael Penix. Some future value here. With Michael Penix and Jordan Love, obviously Russ here, but with Love and Penix and Wilson, I mean, you're probably giving that a 5 or a 6 in a 12-team Superflex league. And I'll let you kind of make the distinction on which one you want to go there.
Oh, what?
Oh, Dalton did say it is PPR. Okay, cool. Love, Wilson, Penix, 5.
Yeah.
Montgomery, Benson, Roshan, 4, 5, 4.
4.
Wilson, Jaden Reed, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy. Yeah, what was his message? Message was what, last one?
Judy Mooney. Yeah.
Yeah, he said. He said took over another orphan. Okay, currently 2 and 5.
Well, no, that was the team. That was the name of the league. Was last.
Oh,
one.
okay. Took over another orphan. Currently 2 and 5. Did win this week. Second lowest in points 4. Thoughts on reloading for a push next season? Yeah, I think this is probably going to end up being a 1-year reload.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it might be not be the team archetype, but it's what you're going to do. Wilson, Reed, Higgins, Worthy, Mooney. That's solid. That's a 7, don't you think? Judy, Davis. I mean, that's 7.
Yeah. Yep.
And then likely Goddard. That's 3. Yeah. So what are you doing?
This is a 1 year reload.
1 year reload? All right,
Yes.
cool. It looks like you have all of your picks, so that's good that you took over an orphan with all the picks here. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate
What's
it,
his
man.
record?
We'll get you in. He's 2-5.
Okay, yeah,
So
it's a perfect reload.
I think he did say he was going to win this week. Did win this week. So 3-5. But it doesn't matter. You're reloading on this team. So
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with some of the moves you should make on this dynasty team here. So I like Benson. Wilson, I feel like you go ahead and take advantage of him and move.
Yep.
Just
and-
anybody with upside next to him.
Yeah.
I was talking about Russ, but also Garrett is fine.
Oh.
I'm not as inclined to move Garrett Wilson, actually.
All right.
Russ for sure, though. I mean, unless you're like hell bent on,
we
trading
want
him.
We want to move Jaden Reed.
Yeah, now Jaden Reed, I am on board with that for sure.
Even a freaking pivot. Jordan Love will down tier from.
Okay.
I know. I'm sorry if you love the Packers.
And
And then
Worthy?
the other guy that will have you move, is Worthy. Let's just get some consistency from Worthy. Worthy's coming off of a nice game, 8 targets. You might have someone that's like, it's his time, and I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily go that far.
Wide receiver 27 and keep trade cut, and as you can see in my rankings, I've got as the wide receiver 34. So we're definitely leaning sell him.
Pretty low.
Honestly,
Definitely
honestly,
target.
you could pivot to Lad McConkey, and I would be cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, let's do that. Let's pivot to Lad McConkey on this team.
Yeah. We're down tiering from Love. Who do we want to target?
Okay, so Brock Purdy. He's gonna get a contract. He's gonna get paid.
Purdy is one of the best targets this
He is
offseason.
absolutely one of the best targets.
And we're not going to have you target any running backs, honestly. This is all going
No,
to be
no.
receivers and rookie picks. Definitely target as many rookie picks as you can here. And then if we're moving off of Xavier Worthy or Jaden Reed, if we're pivoting from Jaden Reed, his value
Yeah,
equivalent
honestly, yeah,
guys
it's high.
are
It's
very,
pretty high.
very significant.
Jaden Reed next to DK, Romo Dunze, Rishi Rice.
Holy crap.
Rishi
on a
Rice.
stick. That is crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
All right, draft capital grade obviously grades out pretty good here. And then, your contend rebuild, we're going to put you more towards the rebuild, but more of a reload than anything.
Yeah.
Your cornerstone
It's definitely
assets
a
are
reload.
going to be Jordan Love, Garrett Wilson, Jaden Reed, and then obviously let's talk about your suggestions and comments. That's that it? Are we there?
yeah.
In 1 year reload, by the way, your 3-year outlook is going to be reload, contend. So we do
That
want
is
you.
our standard reload
Yeah,
outlook.
and we do want you to contend next year on this team. So I think
Yeah.
that you're going to be able to reload and contend with this dynasty team. But
I do want to touch on the depth here because he's got guys like Judy, Mooney, Hollywood Brown, Roshan, Russell Wilson as well. I think it's a solid 4. I will say explore offers for Russ. Try to sell him high if possible.
yeah, hang on to your picks until the draft, and you might even be picking here.
I would say if you can get 2026 rookie picks at a discount, do it.
Yep, I like that too. All right, Dalton.
And then, Dalton, this is your last chance. Your last chance to get Hawkinson at a discount, baby.
Yes, it is. That's good. That's a good team to do it on too. Appreciate it, Dalton. 100th team review we've done for you. All right, so we've got Lucas's team review to do. Nate got your super message right here, so we'll mark that as done. We'll do your we'll do your review as well, and then Man of Cole submitted for one today, so we'll get that one today as well, and then Hello Froggers as well. It's going to be more of a rebuild. So all of you guys are on the docket. Let's answer a couple questions in the comment real quick, just because we love you guys. Appreciate you, Dalton. Let's see. Rebuilding this year, traded Puka for Marv. Thoughts? It's a lateral move, honestly, but Marv is probably going to maintain his value better if something happens than Puka, so I'm totally fine with that. I think he's more insulated just because of his name. What do you do with Javonte Williams as a contender? A thin at running back with Brees, Hunt, Javonte, and Algier. Javonte, I don't think is expensive enough in Dynasty Fantasy Football to go sell right now, and you're looking at kind of the value adjacent keep trade cut players. ETN, Downs, Diggs, Aaron Jones. There are some good veterans there, honestly. I'd pivot if I were you, maybe to Aaron Jones there. That's what I would do. 3 and 5 star players haven't performed. I don't have my 25 first, and I can't get it because the team that has it is rebuilding. I think I can still make a playoff run in an even league. Should I just be patient? It depends on what your points for are. If you're top 5 in points for, then I think so. But again, don't wait too long. If you get dropped to 3 and 6, I think I would pivot starting next week because you're pretty much at decision-making time. I have Jaden Daniels, Saquon. There's a whole team here. We only have Jordan Addison. Should I trade Pacheco for a wide receiver guy like Bowers? Yeah, obviously we could give you some more detailed analysis with the team blueprint here if you wanted to get one of those. But with your running back room here, I think you've got enough depth to trade Pacheco. So what do we think of A-Rich? I've been starting Russell Wilson and Andy Dalton every week, and the A-Rich owner is panicking. Yeah, I'm not buying Anthony Richardson Dynasty. I just won't as a Colts fan. So appreciate you guys. All right. Yeah. So you can keep dropping your comments, drop your questions. Obviously, if you want to get your question answered quicker, you want to jump the line, we do all the super chat questions first. We get those to the site, so I'll drop the link to do that. But we do have another team review here from Lucas, going to do a team blueprint. He says, what's up, guys? I drafted my team last summer in 2023. I recently traded for Amon-Ra St. Brown plus 325 first-round picks. If anything, what, if anything, should I do to set me up better for the playoffs as well as for coming seasons? You have 3 firsts and you're talking about playoffs. Dick or down? Holy crap! Look at the power rankings. Elite value team incoming? Question mark.
Sounds like it.
It's a 10. It is a 10 team, but it's a super flex PPR league. And here we go. I'm excited. 7-0. Holy crap! Ranks across the board positionally.
Holy!
I haven't opened it. QB 1, running backs 2, wide receivers 2, tight end 3, picks 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Gosh.
Holy crap. He has 2 firsts. Holy smokes. Oh, this is a great team, man.
Holy crud nuggets.
This is all right. Let's go ahead and give it to him. Congratulations. You get the gold stamp. You get the elite value.
Yeah.
This is definitely elite. Even in a 10-team league, this is an elite value team. So really excited to review this one right here because again, a lot of people get to this point and they say, "Oh, I don't think that I don't think I need a blueprint because I've got an elite value team already." But losing an elite value team is what we're scared of. You got to maintain, baby. So
he's got D-Hop on his bench.
Yeah, so
and Cedric Tillman, who all of a sudden decided to be relevant.
I was going to say, you just
and Madison and Bigsby, so not bad, not bad.
So let's go position by position here. I'll let you grade his positions real quick, and then
yeah. So I'm giving you a 9 at QB. You got Stroud and Daniels. That's a good build. You got at running back Jahmyr Gibbs and Breece Hall. Not much after that. You got Corn, Bigsby, Madison. They're all serviceable guys in a 10 team. That's an automatic 7 for 2 of those elite guys. I think sometimes it's a little bit skewed the value of those grades because of the gap between the top 3 guys and then the rest of the field. But I'll give you a 7 there. And then wide receiver, you got J. Jeff Amon-Ra, Rashee Rice, and Brian Thomas alone. That's a 9 out of 10. Tight ends, you got Sam Laporta. Still an 8. He's got plenty of value right now, though he is trending down. He's lost a significant amount of value. He had a productive week finally.
Yeah.
Woo, no JMO. So yeah, those are your grades there. Elite value, contend, reload will be the build that we give you this year.
Yeah.
And then your picks, he's got an extra 25 first.
So 26 first. Both. So yeah, an extra 25 first is what I see here.
Boom.
All right.
Give you a nice little grade here.
Yeah. So let's talk about some moves here. First thing you can do to absolutely ensure you win your league is to trade CJ Stroud.
Yep.
This is glaringly obvious. He's giving you, even in a Superflex league, in a 10 QB especially, he's giving you no advantage right now.
Yep.
Over starting Jared Goff, over starting Kirk Cousins. I mean, over starting freaking Malik Willis. Like seriously.
Yep.
So let's down tier from Stroud and let's go get Brock Lee Purdy. He is the trade target of the stream today for sure.
Yep.
So that's going to be, I like Jaden Daniels there. You're going to keep him obviously, but let's roll. You could even down tier further if you wanted to here. You could technically go get a Goff and I'd be totally comfortable with that. Like, I mean, you just
we'll shake it up a bit. Goff has been productive as well.
So then you can get more on top for whatever position we want to go get. Now, Brian Thomas is a little bit banged up. Rashee Rice is obviously out for the season, but then on your bench, you've got D-Hop, who's I'm okay flexing.
Shakir. Yeah, and a 10 team, not as exciting.
No, so I think you definitely going to go get one of those middle of the road productive wide receivers that have, well, so who's somebody that's kind of cheaper right now, but that's been productive, like maybe a veteran that we can tell him to go get.
Well, I mean, Debo honestly is kind of a nice buy low right now. But he is going on a bye.
But he's going on a bye. And you've got the injury concern. Let's see if there's anybody else there.
So we can go for Terry.
Terry, thank you. That's
Terry's
beautiful. That's what I want. I love Terry on this team. That's exactly what I want. I think Terry fits this build really well.
Yep.
I like BTJ, Amon-Ra, and Jefferson. I don't think you need to trade any of these guys. This is on a dynasty team. This is insane.
Hello,
Honestly.
Sam Laporta. Goodbye.
Yeah, the Sam Laporta. We're gonna down tier there as well.
Down tier from him.
Like just go get Hawkinson at this
go
point.
get Hawk.
If you want somebody more proven, go get Komet for cheap, and then have Hawk to back him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say even with the questions, the questions that Hawk has are just as many questions as Laporta has consistency wise because Laporta isn't producing. So.
Tank Bigsby, go ahead and trade Tank Bigsby away.
I've already got all those 3 guys to move. The next guy I'm having you move is not a guy. It's actually a pick. Move your own 25 first. It's going to be dead last.
Yeah.
Just move it and go get an elite running back.
Just go get more value.
I mean, we're down tiering from Laporta. We're down tiering from Stroud. Significant down tiers that are like you're getting Goff and McLaurin and then Hawkinson. Go get another elite producing running back and go win your freaking league. Is what I would do.
Okay, I have one concern about that. Then he would have Gibbs, Hall, and Taylor, and I feel like that's a lot of value at running back.
All right, you want to get a wide receiver then?
I would rather invest in wide receiver and then give him a cheap running back.
Yeah, let's do this. We'll give him a wide receiver target in that range.
I mean,
there are a couple of good ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
Obviously, Tyreek is always going to be one of our favorites, but he's not.
I don't think you need him on this build.
Well, with some of the injuries,
I mean, I guess that would win you the league. He's a great trade target for this team.
Devontae Smith is not an awful target.
No, he's not. That's kind of tough with wide receivers in this range right now.
It is getting really difficult.
Maybe Garrett Wilson. He's dropped a little bit, and he's honestly kept producing since Devontae Adams was on the team. He's the wide receiver 8 so far this year, but he's going in the 3rd round of dynasty drafts now.
All of our favorite targets got hurt.
I know.
Rip.
I know. I'm looking for somebody here. Man, yeah, all of our targets did literally get hurt. That sucks.
You could get DK at a discount while he's hurt right now.
Yeah, so DK was the other guy I was looking at in that range. So just put DK. That's fine.
He's a high upside guy in a 10 team. I like that.
Yeah.
So what I will say here is number one, make sure you move your own 25 first.
I mean, honestly, the other thing you could do is move both of them and package them and go get somebody.
I wouldn't want to move the other one depending on whose it is.
Let's see. It's Yesui Achan.
Yeah,
3 and 4.
No thanks. I'm not moving that one. No.
I mean, unless he waits long enough and if people realize
but
it's an early first and pays early first prices for it, I'd honestly be okay with that because he would be securing a championship at that point. So, but for the one that when you're trading your first for like somebody productive, you definitely need to trade your own. 100% agree with that.
Another recommendation that I have is
go get
shop Gibbs and Brees down tiers, or explore offers, explore down tiers for Gibbs. From Gibbs and Brees. The main reason is you're just getting more productive running backs with just as questionable long-term outlooks as these guys, mainly Brees and Gibbs in a 10 team. I'm just not as excited about. If it were a 12 team PPR, I'd be like, yeah, you can just hold them right now. But at the moment, I would just down tier from those guys if you can. You don't have to. It's just explore that and see if you can get more dominant wide receivers because you do have 2 flex spots here, and I don't love the flex options that you have at the moment.
I'm going to stay on that vein and say go get cheap veteran running backs, especially as depth guys on this team. Like you can move Tank Bigsby right now and just go get somebody you feel better about. Tank Bigsby is honestly overvalued in Dynasty right now. So, yeah, go get some vet running backs as well.
Cheap, productive RBs are great. Affordable targets. Leverage rebuilders.
Lucas, we appreciate you, man. Great team. I'm glad you submitted this one. This is honestly a flex, but again, a flex where, as you can see, we have plenty of move through you make on a team like this. You always got to be playing the market so that you don't end up on
so many
the bottom.
cornerstones, man.
So many cornerstones. Daniels, Stroud, Gibbs, Hall, J. Jeff, Amon-Ra, BTJ, Rashee Rice, Sam Laporta. I mean, it is nuts. Your starting lineup is cornerstones. That's crazy. Start 10, so you do need to have a little bit of better depth, especially at running back. But love this team overall. Really appreciate you getting a blueprint. And let us know what questions you have as you kind of go through this. So, all right. Let's, so, Dalton, oh my gosh. Oh, man. And we did get one from Sam, and his looks like an upgrade from a membership. So this one is a live one as well. So all right, we've got you guys 5. Let's jump over to the comments here and answer some question.
I thought we got notified about that now.
I don't know. It should say live team review. Yeah, it would be in there. Does it not say that?
No. It also. Well, Nate super chat.
No, this is Sam's. Sam Dillis.
It does say it. It does say it.
So and it says live. So it works.
Okay,
cool. Yeah. All right.
This
awesome.
guy. Hey, by the way, this guy is a 2.0. So.
Which one?
Froggers.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm gonna move him because I think he just came in.
Perfect.
So.
All right.
You can refresh and it'll.
Yep. All right. Let's answer a couple questions real quick because we love you guys. But I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna see if I can put this thing in so you guys can see the prettiness. But let's see. Drag. Does oh, that's not it. Yes, this is it. Why can't I just drag it in here? Ah. Okay. There we go. It worked. I was going to show you this. I was going to show you the site features so you guys can see that, because you also get, again, I think the best way to get a blueprint is to just, go ahead and sign up for a membership, because you get all the Dynasty tools and stuff like that as well. But you get the trade calculator, you get the rankings, you get the Discord where we all hang out, and then we get our community and stuff like that. But you get the My Teams, which you see us using right now, and then you get a team blueprint. You get a 1.0 with the annual Motherflocker membership, but you can get a live team blueprint. You can go ahead and get a blueprint just like this and get it live just by upgrading. It'll let you upgrade when you go to get your team review. It's like $10 extra. So that's at flockfantasy.com/domain. Like I said, I have been posting the links here to go get the team reviews and go get the other things. And so you can check that out, like I said, over on the site. But let's answer some of the comments here from the people who are, of course, watching the show. Yeah, let's go to G-Man. I ended up trading Lamar for Purdy, Zay Flowers, Roma Dunze at 25-second. That's a great trade. Sam says, on a rebuilding team, Dynasty, 12-team half PPR, Superflex, and a start 10, would you trade a mid-25 first, an early 25 second, and a 25 early third for Puka? Yes, absolutely. I would do that. Then mid first, then first is mid. That's the most important thing. Arbaz says, I traded Dobbins and JT for 2 firsts and Bryce 2 weeks. I had to tank after Godwin got hurt. Was that smart? Okay, so Dobbins and JT 2 firsts and Bryce. That's essentially JT for 2 firsts. If the first project to be early, that's a pretty good one there. So I don't mind that one at all. Sell high on Tillman. Probably not worth a lot yet. So I'd probably just hold. Have to give you all a shout out. 6-2, fighting for my first. Fighting for first my redraft league. Everyone sub and like, they're the real ones. Appreciate you, Jacob, and very happy you're doing well. We want more than anything you guys to do well in your fantasy league. So, Jaden Reed for Ayuk in a 25-second. I think Jaden Reed's worth more than that. I think you could just go get more for Jaden Reed. Although I think like this kind of deal is good. Like I think you can just get more. So maybe 2 and 6 after this week. League is 12 by 8 and switching to Superflex next year. Kyler, Baker, Penix, JT, Kyron, Najee, Tyreek, Garrett, Devontae, Hawk, Komet, Schultz. You send JT and Garrett Wilson, get my own first back and other things. 2 and 6 is an early first. Honestly, I don't think I would do that. I think JT and Garrett Wilson combined are worth more than an early first, but you have to get a lot back. So, yeah, Dalton, we're not surprised, obviously. So, have a dynasty team that's 5-3. Do I make any moves? Yeah, so Maddox, we'd be happy to give you some moves on a blueprint. Obviously, we can't do the team reviews here in the comments, but based on your team, it looks like that's a dynasty team. That's a pretty freaking good dynasty team. Yeah, there's some moves here. Again, we'd love to help you out. Any feelings about Ramondre? He's been added to the block in both my leagues. He's not a bad buy because he has contract insulation in Dynasty, and I think it does project to get a little bit better next year with Drake May making that offense a little bit better. So hopefully that kicks in here soon. But all right, let's jump back over here and continue on with the team reviews. Obviously, you guys are submitting some of these, and I think Nate is the next one. Nate is Mayflowers here, Mayfield Flowers. He is third in the power rankings. There's Rypian. I'm pretty sure I know that name. I'm pretty sure that guy's been around. But he obviously has a really good team from a value standpoint because, and he does. But his team here is going to be third in the power rankings. And this is going to be a Dynasty Superflex 12-team Start 9 PPR league. And I'll let you start with positional grades.
Yeah, so you got Love, May, and Baker, which is real solid in a 12-team Superflex. I'll give you an 8 there. I mean, that's trending up to potentially be a 9 if these guys can continue to do well. At running back, you got Pollard and Najee, Moss and Singletary, Rico, a bunch of temporary Band-Aid production right there. That's a 3. And then you've got wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Say Flowers, Cooper Kupp, D-Hop, a big fall off after that. But still, I mean, with Chase and Amon-Ra alone and then throwing in Kupp and Flowers, I think that's an 8. McBride, I think McBride has really solidified himself as the objective tight end 2 in Dynasty right now. I think that's an easy 8 right there. So I like that a lot. Even Cade Otton, honestly, you could he's become almost a must start every single week, I guess. So I'll give you a 9. I'll give you a little bump there.
Yeah.
So love the cornerstones at quarterback. I love the safety there. I will definitely I'll definitely have you move down from one of those guys. Your depth score at the moment is you've got Baker / May on the bench every single week. You've got Zach Moss, Singletary, Cade Otton, D-Hop.
It's a pretty good team, honestly.
Yeah, not a bad.
And what team archetype did you give him?
5 out of 10 depth wise. I haven't decided yet.
I think I would go. It's not a dual elite QB. It might be a well-rounded team. It's definitely contending this year. He's 5-2. So
yeah.
Where's the freaking DVM? It's not there. It's not really a wide receiver factory either. I think it's a well-rounded. I think that's it. Doesn't really fit any of these perfectly.
You don't have a ton of value at running back, but I think well-rounded is reasonable enough because
this is the closest.
You still have startable guys at running back that you can plug in. Tony Pollard and Najee Harris are very
definitely top heavy wide receivers with Chase and Amon-Ra.
Yeah,
but okay.
He is missing his 25 first as well, so
you've got to win this year. So first suggestion
with the well-rounded archetype.
First suggestion is going to be win at all costs for me. So you don't have your first, you got to go contend this year no matter what. You got to win money. So money's cool. Let's do it. Yeah, I think the most obvious trade targets here are going to be the veteran running backs, right? And between Jamar Chase and Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously if you can afford to, you probably don't want to trade any of those guys away. But in a 12-team start 9, you are starting 111 players. I think that honestly, I think you need a little bit more depth here. What do you think about that? I think 108 players. I don't know. 12 times 9, quick math.
Oh yeah. It's not too big of a difference for me to really. There's a lot of start 9s out there, and it's not going to make too much of a week-to-week impact.
So it's starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm not going to go out of my way and say like upside is the most paramount thing that you have to focus on.
So with that being said, I think I would give some veteran running backs targets. So I think Aaron Jones is a good target for this team. I think Josh Jacobs is a good target for this team as well. And I think to get
moving.
I think to get there, I think you have to down tier from one of those guys.
From who?
One of the wide receivers.
The receivers.
Yeah, I feel like to get to where you need to, you're going to have to do that. Because again, there's a huge drop off after Cooper Kupp, but he doesn't have hardly any running backs.
Do we want to down tier from Love to Goff and just embrace the Baker May Goff build?
It's just a little bit ugly from a quarterback value standpoint in a 12-team Superflex league in the sense that your most valuable quarterback here would be either May or Goff. Probably May, which that's a little bit shaky.
I mean, May and Baker are both producing.
They are. From a production standpoint, I'm not worried about it. It's just from a long-term dynasty value standpoint. But again, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. You're just buying into another.
I mean, do you
running another quarterback in the same tier as the other two guys?
Do you hold Love and May and just down tier from Baker to Cousins?
I don't think people. Well, actually, Baker does have
because Baker has a lot of value.
Yes,
now.
Baker does have a lot of value.
Let's do that,
and rightfully so.
That's a little more of a conservative move, and you're going to get a lot of value on top of that.
I agree with you.
Okay, so that's going to be your first move. Let's package some depth here. Let's up tier.
He said biggest problem is that the good teams have the veteran running backs and the bad teams have the young guys. I'm in a lot of leagues like this.
Well, let's look at some of the bad teams and any targets that we like down there.
All right, so let's go to 2 and 5 here.
Oh gosh, get CMC.
You can. Yeah, I mean, it's risky, but put him as a.
Well, you can get Rashad White. That's
you
not
can
a
get
bad
Rashad
target
White.
Because you could you could package.
Oh look, I mean, this bad team's got James Cook.
Oh yeah.
Or B-Rob even.
Yeah.
And Chubb, perfect. Like go get Chubb from this
James
guy.
Cook's a good target.
You can go get Chubb from this guy for
rebuilding
nothing.
team.
So get Chubb as a throw-in in that deal.
So Singletary and Rico Dowdle, I'm going to have you package both those guys. Let's up tier. I'll just throw one of them on here right now. We'll go with Rashad White. And then one more guy that we want to trade and down tier from.
He just traded with the CMC guy for Cup. Did you trade CMC away? Or are you just saying you just made a trade with that guy? Because if you didn't trade CMC away, I'm fine going and getting him. But again, you can only really get Chris McCaffrey in this league if you down tier from one of these guys. That's really the only way to get him. You can't buy him straight up for any of these guys.
Flowers would come close.
Is it really close? That's crazy. I would make that deal.
I mean,
but again, you're also
CMC is going to be probably a 5th round guy. Like,
the other problem with that though is you are making your depth problem at wide receiver worse. Yeah, it is really close. You're right. Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm good. Well, let's put McCaffrey as a trade target. I'll see what he says in the comments here. He said, "No, I traded Addison in a second for Cup." That's a fine deal.
McCaffrey, Rashad White. And again, keep in mind the significant down tier from Baker to Kirk Cousins. It could help you shore up some depth at wide receiver.
Yeah, I hope that it's just there's so much gray area in the quarterback market in terms of value. I'm just afraid that down tier is not going to get as much value back as it should. But again, I think so. Do you have one of the guys down there as
I'm giving him Terry as a trade target because he's very affordable.
So you think he can do all this without down tiering from Chase or Amon-Ra?
I think you definitely try to start. I think you definitely try.
I mean, he's 5-2, so I think you can afford to try.
Yep.
So.
And with that in mind, I will say, which one of those guys? I'll just drop it in the comments as an extra comment. Which one of those two guys, Amon-Ra or Chase Brown, or Amon-Ra or Jamar Chase, would you down tier from?
He'd say Cousins is on the top team. Does that mean he won't? He has Cousins and Penix. See if he'll up tier. I mean, I don't think that means he's not going to trade him, especially for Baker.
Well, he's got Stafford too.
But I mean, we can easily find some other guys here. Like, no, I gotta say Deshaun. Honestly, try to get Tua. Tua's dirt cheap right now.
Yep.
Or just down tier to. I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want to down tier to Russ. That scares me. So, I mean, I would still try, but again, there's some other options for you there.
Yeah.
I would say this. Don't, this would be a suggestion and comment for me. Don't rule out down tiering from Chase, Amon-Ra, or McBride. Any of those three guys. If you have to do it, you have to do it.
McBride would be my top option to down tier from there.
Yeah.
Of those three guys. Don't trade your 26 first. Avoid moving, and avoid moving any picks.
Yeah.
Any more picks if at all possible.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Nate. Like I said, you can still try to trade with those top teams, but let us know what kind of trades you come up with as you do it. We'd be happy to help you, but
some offers end up surprising you.
I know.
Sure.
I honestly, I kind of went into a trade mode with a league this week that I honestly thought I wouldn't be able to get anything because all the top teams had all the contending assets, and I actually ended up trading with some of the top teams, and I ended up getting some good deals that I thought actually they shouldn't have made. So he says, do you think Otton could be playable for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
For sure.
I
so
think
if you wanted to pivot off McBride and ride with Otton, I'm not opposed to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could just pivot and go get a stud running back. So
Or if it sweetens the deal to down tier from Baker and you just package Baker and Otten because people are in love with stacks, you could do that as well and get a pay up at the running back position or wide receiver position. So
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you. I got a trade question here from Stankonia. Rebuilding, should I ask for anything on top of Brandon Ayuk? You'd be getting Xavier Worthy straight up. Honestly, personally, I wouldn't do this. This is still not working, by the way. I need to tell them that. It still says redraft, but you're not rebuilding a redraft team. I honestly wouldn't. I would still take Ayuk straight up, and I think their value still supports that. I do still feel better long-term about Ayuk than I do Xavier Worthy. Yeah, they're still... I mean, Worthy is technically more valuable. The thing is, on a rebuild team, though, Brandon Ayuk is an asset that is going to go back up in value, and so I like those assets on this type of team, and so I would ask for a little bit more.
Yep.
What I would want here... Oh, you're getting Ayuk. I'm an idiot. But again, market value says you could probably get a second. So, no, not in really mid-first. No, I want the second. Give me the second. Does he not have his seconds? All right, let's just get a throw in here then. Let's see. Can you get on top of this deal? Oh, let's just throw in Marvin Harrison Jr., actually. Is this the second? No. I knew that. I don't know. Would you do this straight up on a rebuild? I would. Just get a third on top and call it. That's what I want. I like that deal for a rebuild, honestly. So, all right, cool. Man of Cole. This is a 1 QB full PPR start 8 plus a kicker. We'll be 5-3 after tonight. We'll have the most points for after this week's and the fourth most points against. I know how you feel about that. We can only keep 10 at the end of the season. Any moves I should make, stay put. Thanks for the input. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, we'll give you some moves. I mean, we've always got some even best case scenario moves that will help you kind of make this team better. So this is going to be, and I don't know what your process is going to be for this one since it looks like it's going to be a manual. Do you need to do anything special for this one?
I just need to manually put in all the players.
Are you doing that right now?
I can.
Okay. And this is all of his picks. Missing is 25 first, it looks like.
Okay.
But
Go into robot. Time to be robot. All right, read off the settings for me.
all right, this is a 1 QB
Okay.
full point PPR,
Okay.
start 8.
So is it 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex?
Probably, and then there's also
Go
a kicker.
look at the starting lineup.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
2
7,
flex.
8, 9. Yeah,
Okay,
2
yep.
flex. Then a kicker.
And a kicker. I'll
Yep.
just add then the other settings.
And then his bench spots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 bench spots. Wait, I can't see it on my screen. 2, 4, 8 bench spots.
Okay. Would make sense with the 8 starters.
Yep. Okay.
What does this say? Tight end premium? No.
I don't think he said if it was a tight end premium, and it's not linked, so I'm gonna assume it's not a tight end premium.
Is this a redraft?
And he's probably in here. Manical, you can let us know. No, this is Dynasty.
This is Dynasty. Okay.
Yeah.
And this
just
is
not
a
linked.
what's it? Is it a 12 team?
He doesn't say.
He said, it's a keeper league. He said we can only keep 10 at the end of the season.
It's a keeper league.
Um,
Hey, Man of Cole, I'm sure you're here. How many teams are in this league?
Exit out of it.
No tight end premium, he said. He's here, so
Oh, okay.
I'll just let him answer. How many teams? Is it 12 team?
All right. Start reading off the players for me.
All right, let's go quarterback. You've got Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, and Drake May. Holy crap. 12 team.
Bo Nix,
Superflex? Oh, he said 1 QB.
Jaden Daniels.
Dang, you have all these quarterbacks in a 1 QB league, dude.
Herbert.
Daniels, Herbert,
May.
Nix, May are his quarterbacks. You
Okay.
hear me? He's a 12 team. No tight end premium.
Okay. Yep.
And then at running back we've got,
Bijan.
and so let's just grade these as we go.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Bijan, JT, Tank Bigsby, Kareem Hunt. Okay, yeah, that's a really good running back room, and Jalen Wright. At wide receiver, Jefferson. Jefferson and Lamb.
Oh, my. So elite value?
Yeah. JSN. Jeez, another elite value team. JSN.
Oh, my gosh.
And then on his bench, Downs, Debo, and Johnston.
Debo.
Oh, man. And, of course, in his comments, he said...
and then tight end, he's got Kittle. Does he have any other tight end?
No. He said he has the most points for after this week. Can only keep 10. Any moves I should make, stay put. Thanks for the input. Yeah, okay, so moves. Let's talk about some moves. It's going to be tough. There's not going to be a ton of moves.
So right now, your depth, you are playing with Justin Herbert, Drake May, Bo Nix as your backup quarterbacks. You've got Bigsby, Kareem Hunt, Jalen Wright, Josh Downs, and QJ.
It's pretty good depth.
Yeah, pretty solid depth, especially at QB alone.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. And yeah, at quarterback, you have Jaden Daniels plus a bunch of really good backups, so a 10. You've got George Kittle, which at this point has a significant amount of value. Bijan JT alone is, again, in a keeper. So here, since he's here, let's tell him the 10 guys he's going to keep.
Yep, I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Jaden Daniels, Bijan JT, J Jeff, CD, Kittle, Debo, JSN, Downs, and then you're probably going to want to stick with rushing upside and Drake May. Those would probably be the top guys that I would keep there.
Yep. I agree with you. And then, so what guys are we going to try to trade?
So with it being a keep 10, I feel like we kind of have to. We got to be more generous with the upside of his guys, because you have some of the highest upside, highest value keepers in the league. I mean, I think this is an elite value keeper team.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be able to keep 10 of these guys. You can keep your 10 best guys, and again, Daniels, Bijan, Taylor, Jefferson, Lamb, JSN, Debo, Downs, Kittle, and May. Yeah, I mean that's you're winning that league.
Yeah. So how many picks do you have next year? I know keepers are a little bit all over the place, but if you could let us know kind of how your picks are lining up next year, that'd be great.
And he does have what was your question?
His picks for next year.
They're right here. I already read them to you.
Oh,
they're there.
Dude, I was putting the entire roster in.
So he has everything but his first in this year, which it doesn't really
25
matter.
first.
No 25 first.
Okay.
All right. So really, this is mainly going to be focused on, because down tiering here is going to be stupid because it's only really It start 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Start 8. 12 teams. So you're starting at 90, 96 guys.
Mm-hmm.
The upside's everything. He's got upside at every single position. His flexes. I think you can package.
We're moving JSN.
Yes, absolutely.
Higher upside.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm not against you going and getting another running back.
He has enough. Yeah, because you're starting a running back in Kareem Hunt and JSN. You are starting Debo technically when you're talking about organizing his team.
Yep.
So I would probably say for JSN type, you want to go get somebody like Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Obviously, if somebody won't trade Tyreek Hill, it's whatever. But again, productive veterans like that are going to be somebody that I think I'm going to be targeting right now, especially. I'm trying to think who else is being productive. Our productive veterans are all dying. Cooper Kupp is not a bad one.
Generally, I like Downs. There's not a chance in the world that you're ever going to be able to start Downs with this lineup.
No, you're not keeping him.
Let's
I guess you could, but
let's package Downs and a desperate team that needs a running back. So like Downs and Bigsby.
It's going to be all about upgrading Drake May, Josh Downs, Jackson Smith-Njigba here. Those are the 3 guys we need to try, because then you can keep.
Because people will be interested in keeping Drake May.
Yeah,
so
I think
that actually.
Although in a 1 QB 12, he is going to be borderline there. So that's what I was trying to tell myself. Nix, Herbert, and May actually have very little value in this league, if any at all. Nobody's going to keep those guys.
May has the most value of these guys. They are going to keep him because he has rushing upside.
Yeah, people don't really think that Drake May has rushing upside. So we think that, but his actual market value, he's not going to fetch, I don't think, a very good price, because he's already fringe top 12. So, but if you can package him, get what you can.
Yeah, if he's fringe top 12, he's dropped in a half. He was going to have another 20-plus point game this last week.
Yeah.
So
Nick, you're just going to follow that link. You're going to sync your team there. And then you'll be able to submit and make sure you get the live option if you want us to do it right now.
All right.
Corey says you have a schedule for when you go live. We just jump on and answer questions, whether it's questions or blueprints or team reviews or whatever you guys submit, we just jump on here and give you guys advice and answer questions. So, in terms of when we go live, we're pretty much always going to be live on Monday nights. Occasionally we'll be live on Friday nights on the schedule as well. And then, everything else is going to be kind of sporadic, but Mondays and Fridays are when we typically go live.
All right,
so.
let's give them some nice options here. So target, I've got Tyreek. I've got an affordable running back in Rachaad White, who you could up tier with like Josh Downs and Tank Bigsby.
You don't want somebody that you feel better about long term than Rachaad White?
I mean, sure, you can do Swift.
Yeah, that's better.
He's high upside.
Why don't you do Jacobs?
I mean, sure. Do you think someone's actually going to accept a trade with Josh Downs and Bigsby for Jacobs?
No. But JSN maybe you could go get Jacobs with.
Yeah, but
David Montgomery, I like.
Tyreek Hill.
I
don't care.
we got to give him all high
I don't
upside.
care what depth it costs for you to go get David Montgomery. Just go do it.
Go get.
And then I'll just package basically anyone who's interested in Bo Nix, Drake May, think that they have really good upside. I'm putting a suggestion, anything. Give me a really cheap, affordable running back and a really cheap, affordable wide receiver. I've got James Conner in here.
Affordable wide receiver?
Tyreek Hill, affordable wide receiver. That's honestly, try this. Shoot your shot on D-Hop and see if he can turn out.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheap. It's a cheap shot.
Because most of these guys that you're trading, chances are you're probably going to have to drop one of them at the end of the season. So you're really just looking for production right now.
Contend, rebuild. You're obviously lean heavy contend. Draft capital grade is fine. You're just missing your own first. And then you're obviously an elite value outlook. So I think we're down to suggestions and comments now.
Yep.
You don't have your first. So you absolutely have to win this year. Let's put that. But my second comment here is going to be, you're literally like your objective number one is to get keepers 9 and 10 better at any cost. If you can do that, you do it. You've got enough value to do whatever you want on this team, but get keepers number 9 and 10, make them better. And I'll let you wrap it up.
I would say, ooh, that was really nice. Just cracked my neck.
I mean, upside is everything in this league too. It's a start.
I would take it even one further and just say focus on upgrading your flex spots, your flex positions.
Yeah. Nicole, buddy, we appreciate you. Let us know what questions you have as you're going through this. Obviously, you have us on Discord and things like that. So, and during the off season, we'll be able to answer a lot more Discord questions than we can now. It's just a lot right now. But all right, we've got 2 in the queue. If you guys want yours, you can follow the link that I just posted in the chat, and all you have to do, like I said, is link your team. You link it through Sleeper, where you can do a non-link team and submit screenshots for your team if it's not a Sleeper league. You can go in here, select your team, and then, like I said, make sure when you go through, you submit the live team blueprint option here. It says live team blueprint right here.
What was his team name, by the way? I got to throw that in there.
I don't know. Just put
Cohen heads.
There you go. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, we've got
in like Tariq Cohen.
3 team reviews in here. So, yes. So this one looks like it was an upgrade as well. So I'll double check, make sure that's a live one. He wants us to do it live, but if you want to go ahead and get a Dalton team pulled up, USSR at the top of his league, he has 0 picks. It looks like. Do you really have no picks, Dalton? Like, make sure, verify that this is correct for me. There's no picks here, but there's picks for everybody else. If you do have picks, what are they? But it does still look like you have the best team. It wouldn't surprise me if you don't have picks on this team, because this is an elite value team, of course. How do you get so many of these?
Epic proportions.
Okay, it is a 10 team, but I think it's still
an elite value.
Elite value. Oh my gosh, Daniels and Allen. All right.
Goodness. USSR. Dalton, how many of your team names are USSR?
Yeah, live team blueprint for bomb dropper. Yeah, I don't know what the.
I see USSR all the time. And I swear it's his team a lot of times.
I don't know. He says we have 27 picks. Okay, so basically draft capital scores like a 10 or a 5.
27 picks?
20 as in 2027.
Oh,
he says it's PPR and 1.5.
Okay, so that'll be a draft capital grade of 5.
PPR 1.5 titan premium. So
yeah, actually that's no bueno.
And we have
no 25 or 26 rookie picks.
And we have 3 left here. It's 7:16.
I was like 27 picks.
I know. We probably have time for a couple more blueprints. If you do want to submit, we would be able to do yours live tonight if you select the live option. So, but we have got 3 more right now in the queue. So, all right, let's first of all go ahead and give this. Let's give this elite value, and then let's go through in greatest positions at quarterback. I mean,
what's his depth score here, real quick?
By the way, it's a 10-team Superflex, start 11, so it's still a start 110 players.
What in the world? Oh, it's a start 2 tight end.
And he's starting both the Raiders tight ends.
Wow.
He did say it's a 1.5 tight end premium league, so actually that's going
starting 2 tight end. Well, he's actually starting JT Sanders. Sanders has been doing pretty well. He's got Zach Ertz as well.
Oh yeah,
who's been
Zach
productive
on my rankings? That's weird.
Because Zach Ertz wasn't expected to do anything this year. Jonathan Brooks on your bench. You got freaking. Oh my gosh.
This team's ridiculous. So okay, let's do positional. Allen and Daniels is a 10. Even if you don't have a top guy, it's a 10. Or even if you don't have a backup, it's a 10. A 10.
It's auto 10.
Fantasy said super
it's
elite value.
Dynasty guys.
We should make like a super elite value tier that we only give it out like.
Well, that's our special elite value is contend.
Oh yeah, we do technically have.
I literally I almost never do that.
I was gonna say
I almost never.
So we do have technically like a super elite value team.
Yeah,
but
that is our super. That's our extreme outlook.
And now Fantasy 478's got the little domain logo by his name. So appreciate you becoming a supporter, my friend. I'll blast that on the screen. Hold on, I put that
blast
up there. There he is. Boom.
Blast him.
Stormtroopers.
So
can't shoot.
with a start 2 tight end, you have Bowers, which is great.
It's an 8.
But you don't have much after that for your second spot. So
actually, it might be a 7.
Probably a 7, yeah.
Running back, Kyron. You already do running backs? Or
no.
Kyron, Achane, Brooks, Jacobs. Oh my gosh.
That's a 9.
That's a 9.
And Benson. Benson's the afterthought.
And Jalen Wright is your little throw-in at the bottom. And then Lamb, Collins, Puka, Olave.
And a huge drop-off after that.
A lot of drop-off. That's probably... But again,
that's an 8.
The Lamb, Nico, and Puka, though, that's insane. That's probably a 9.
Maybe it's a 9.
Yeah, that's okay, keep in mind, though, it's a 10-team league.
Oh, it's an 8.
So it's an 8. And the running backs might be an 8 too.
Sure.
I don't know. It's pretty close to a 9. It's an elite value team either way. Any way you freaking frame it.
Holy cornerstones.
Cornerstones. Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Kyron Williams, Devon Achane, Jonathan Brooks, CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins, Puka Nacua, and Broccoli Bowers.
9 cornerstones.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, nice little depth score here.
Yeah, it's solid. He said this team dropped 260 this week.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap. And that's with his tight ends not doing anything.
Hey, Bowers did something this week.
Nah, he did
like
it was
8
slow.
or 9 points.
It was slow for Bowers. And Mayer's, Mayer. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mayer. Now I'm like, can I even drop Ertz? I was expecting him to be a stream option. Now I think I have to keep him. Because have you seen his last the last 3 weeks?
Yeah.
He's had like 12 plus points.
All right. So, Chef said I'd send you guys teams, but they're all flexes. As you can see, we take flexes for teams because it's important to make sure you maintain the flexibility. And when I say flexibility, I don't mean like, I mean like you can, the ability to flex. Your flex dash ability.
Dude, I can't wait to eat the sandwich.
Well, it's not even here yet.
Oh,
who even freaking knows where Sam is?
He might be upstairs talking about houses. So.
Okay, that's true. All right, so the most glaring obvious need, you have 2 needs here. You need wide receiver depth and you need a second tight end. Your second tight end, let's go somebody cheaper. Let's go Evan Ingram here. I would definitely want Evan Ingram on this team.
How about Njoku with the Jameis experience, baby?
Or that.
Woo!
What the other thing here is you're going to need wide receiver depth. So let's do some productive wide receivers that are a little bit lower down. Cooper Kupp is you have Puka, so I don't want to do that.
Kupp.
I lied. Not Kupp.
Rip.
But somebody in that, all the guys in that range, man, they're dead. Terry, Scary, Larry, Harry. That's the guy I want. Right
Jerry,
Gary.
Shut up, Jerry.
Jerry, Larry, Gary, Gingrich, Gergich. All right, I love that show. Shut up, Jerry. All right. Yeah, the vets in that range are tough right now. They're tough.
Are we?
Why don't you just go freaking?
Are we down here from Josh Allen?
Yeah, definitely we are. Yeah, you're down tiering from Josh Allen for sure. You don't need both of those guys.
No, both.
In it, honestly,
Who you
okay,
down- who you
okay.
down tiering?
Hear me
Two?
out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
In a 10 team, he's
Hear me
more
out.
valuable.
He in a 10 team, he's more valuable. You don't. Does he need a down tier here?
I mean, not unless you want wide receiver depth with like
I
a
mean,
fifth really
Allen and
good wide
Daniels
receiver.
could win you the league in the superflex like this.
Should he just move Brooks?
Can you put Darnell Mooney as a trade target for me?
Yes.
Brooks is coming back next week though. Like I feel like you wait and capitalize.
Yeah. Then who are you moving? Huh?
I know. I'm working on it. I mean, I feel like one of the Olave.
And don't say Xavier Hutchinson.
How about Olave?
Okay, yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah. I was getting there. I just have to work my brain till I get there.
I'm like, help me with the target. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna have you move Andre Yoshi, boss. Like, oh my gosh.
I didn't say that.
I know.
I gave you Chris Olave. What if
higher upside?
Yeah, I mean honestly,
Go
freaking
get-
DK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to go lower than that, Tyreek. Obviously, you have to put Tyreek as a trade target on these teams
I mean, yeah, that is the ultimate.
because I think his running back
target.
room is fine. Like, so I think giving
I
him
think his
all,
RBs are
I think
fine.
giving him all wide receivers and then a
Yep.
tight end is not. There's nothing
Yep.
wrong with that.
So Chris Olave will pivot.
Okay. So we have to find. How about Xavier Hutchinson?
Shut up.
I don't like moving these running backs. Okay, fine. You can do it. Just put a down tier on there from one of these guys, I guess. But we're gonna need some. I guess Tyreek would be.
Soft down tier.
Yeah, soft down tier. I like that.
I'm not even going to McQB target. He knows at this point.
Yeah, he does.
Who to down tier from with that guy. Actually, just freaking move Benson and win your league.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even realize
Just
that.
get a productive asset.
Yes, if you had Connor, it'd be one thing, but
Yeah.
all right.
Suggestions, comments.
We'll just put congratulations on your 6th elite value team because that
Congrats
obviously.
on your 10,000th elite value team.
So Dalton did say Ertz is tight end 9 in points per game right now, I believe. Yeah. He did say nobody's selling their tight ends though with tight end premium format. That I do find that to be a problem.
Yep.
So fine, if you have to stay put, you do, but I'm still going to recommend you send offers. Okay, and then picks. You don't have your picks. You got to win the next 2 years, no matter what. Although it looks like you're going to, but you still have to. You do not ever rebuild. You have to contend. Win money, Josh. I have the hiccups. My team, I
Make
want
sure you're
reviewed.
constantly making moves to sustain the success.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, don't trade your 27 rookie picks.
No, you definitely need to hold those, Dalton. But appreciate you obviously getting a team blueprint. Love doing these for you, man. You are like number 1 at this point. You definitely have the blueprint all-time lead. Let's say that. So Corey said, my team I want review is hosted on MFL, doesn't sync like Sleeper or ESPN. Would that still work? And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. You go to the team review thing here, and it just says select link. And where here, this top option here should be non-linked. You can select all your settings here. And then once you do that, I'm going to go ahead and click through it because, I want to show you how to actually do it. 30 plus on your bench. That's crazy. League name, team name, and then you can upload up to 5 screenshots here. This is how you would do it. So you're just going to submit screenshots of your team, and we can do it that way. But yeah, you can absolutely do that. So feel free to do that, and you can. It's the same. You just submit screenshots, just like this first one that was here. But yeah, we appreciate you. All right. Cool. Let's answer a couple of the questions in the comments real quick because we don't want to forget about you guys, and we love you. 12-team Superflex trying to contend. Do you sell Rashee Rice? And for what? Trying to contend. Honestly, on my contending teams where I have Rashee Rice, which is a couple, I've tried to hold just because I think he's going way too cheap right now. If you are going to sell him, make sure it's a league winner. Make sure it's probably a top 24 dynasty asset minimum. I traded Dell and Pittman for Puka. Smash. That's a smash. Running back's got to get for Deontay Johnson a 16-team 1 QB PPR. I'm going to try for White, Stevenson, Dobbins. I think you're on the right track. You can go cheaper and go James Conner or something.
Did I just hear Dell and Pittman for Puka?
Isn't that stupid?
Jeez Louise.
Would you send Waddle for a projected early first? Yes, I would do that. If it's definitely early, yes. What's up, Sunraker? Good to see you. Can we talk about the Pinnacle League and how Nathan beat me on Daniel's Hail Mary? Did you even know that you did that?
Nope.
Yeah, we have 9 leagues, so like that's freaking crazy.
That's crazy.
I lost in that league, and now what's my record in that league? I freaking suck in that league. I'm 4-4 now. I lost all the freaking leagues I needed to win this week, and I won the leagues I didn't need to win. Frick. That's freaking nuts, dude. You did, dude. 3 points you beat him.
Holy crap.
And you both were 2-5. But you guys both suck, so it doesn't super
that was
matter.
a move where that was one of the leagues where I just traded a top wide receiver for JT. I think I traded Nico for JT in that one.
Nice.
So
It won you that week.
yeah.
Lost Ayuk, Rasheed, Hollywood, James. Yeah, this is reload because you lose these guys, but they're all coming back next year. Buttermilk Jesus here. What's up, Lido? First time on stream, curious, so I could talk a bit about my blueprint trades. Rasheed Rice's value stressed me out at 8-0. If we already did a blueprint for you, the ones we're doing right now are the live blueprints. So unless you got a live one, it wouldn't show up in our feed here, so we wouldn't be able to access it. But if you have any specific questions about like trades or anything, drop it in the chat. We'd be happy to help. Trade Hawkinson in a third for Rice in a second. That's a smash W, ridiculous win. Was offered Godwin, Ayuk, and Puka for Reed, G. Will, and Mooney. Close here. This is close. I probably would stick with Reed and Garrett Wilson. I think the value lies with that side still. It's Puka and Ayuk. It's really close, honestly. Do you have any thoughts about that? No, I think it's really close. I have several 26 picks and only one in 25. Should be trying to add some for 25. If you're a rebuild, then yeah, you can. But honestly, adding 26 picks is not bad either. They're going to go up in value here within the year. So, all right, appreciate you guys. Ready to go?
Yep. Sam Dillis
says he says
team.
I promise I'm rebuilding. My points for is near the bottom, and he's saying that because his team name here is Caleb's Nail Salon, and he's 9-5. So this is a league median. He's 9-5, but. The main question today is obviously going to be, can we flip him to a rebuild? Because he does have an extra 25 first. Yeah. But he says, I've had some lucky matchups thus far. So if he's near the bottom.
Definitely looks like he doesn't have any running backs.
Yeah, so
period.
Did a preseason blueprint. Y'all recommended Hawk at tight end. That owner won't budge at this point. Nate for next year. Okay. Or note for next year. The league might transition to tight end premium, and I'd add an extra flex spot. I appreciate you guys.
He also added that a big caveat with the league is that the winner of the losers bracket gets the 101. The rest of the picks go by standings.
Okay, interesting.
That actually bodes well for you in your situation if you're getting some wins right now.
Yeah, it does.
You're closer to the 101.
You're obviously, as you can see in the power rankings here, the majority of your value comes in picks. But when you factor in picks, especially given the fact that yours should be at least mid or early, you actually have the most value in this league according to our power rankings tool. This is a 14-team Superflex Dynasty league. You're starting 8, but he mentioned that they could potentially be adding another flex to this league next year. So you would be starting 9 at that point. But either way you frame that, when you're starting 14 or you're starting 8 in a 14-team league, it's 112. So it definitely could be deeper. But if you move that over to start 9, obviously you're getting closer to like a 12-team start 10 where we normally play. And it's 126. And so it is still, it's pretty comparable to a 12-team start 10. And so we should probably just treat it like that, even though it's a 14-team league. So
I'm just going to say adding a flex spot next year.
Yep. All right, and let's grade this out for a 14 team. You've got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Dak Prescott, and Bryce Young.
Nice.
In a Superflex league, this is a really good
And a 14
A 14 team
team,
that's really good. Honestly, that's
an 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Yeah.
What do you think? Should we be?
I think you go 9 with the depth.
9?
The depth alone, like he's got
really good.
3 top 15 in a 14 team. That's ridiculous.
That's really good.
Running backs, Wright, Spears, Aston-Manis is 2.
Yeah. You got Goodson though.
Yeah, Lamb, Higgins, Ayuk, Dell in a 14, and Downs and McMillan in a 14 team. This is not bad. That's a 7. Yeah. And then Ingram and all, it's going to be like
5.
a 5. So, and then your picks, obviously you got 2 extra firsts. You've got 2. Okay, so you've got, let me see.
Got it down.
1 extra. Okay.
So you got an extra 25 first and second, extra 26 second, no third.
Yeah. Awesome. You got it. Okay. So let's do some moves. So this is clearly going to be what, a 1-year reload?
Depth looking, by the way.
Because this doesn't look like a hard rebuild to me.
Ooh, he's got Tank Dell too. Nice.
Yeah. You doing 1-year reload on this one?
Yes. We're going to consider this a 1-year reload.
Okay. Let's do some value moves here.
All right.
So Ayuk I like.
Mm-hmm.
Downs I'm fine moving. He's risky to move, honestly. Evan Ingram's going to be one guy definitely trading away.
We'll move Ingram.
Make sure you put as a target 25 picks.
Should he move Tank Dell with the Diggs injury?
Just don't know. But the thing is, with Tank Dell's value, I don't think his value is actually going up right now.
Well, it will not have accounted for that yet because there hasn't been a Diggs announcement yet.
True.
So,
he's just still fairly cheap.
The one thing is he's maintained, and he probably will maintain through next year because Diggs probably won't be a Texan.
That's exactly right.
Probably not. So
he's a pretty good rebuild, man. Like, I honestly don't see a ton of glaring trade targets. Ingram was one of them.
I would down tier from Dak.
Yeah, let's go ahead and honestly, I agree with that. Let's go
he
ahead.
does have 2 rookies. He has May and Caleb Williams.
I'm fine with that. But they both project really good, so I don't care.
So we'll down tier from Dak. We'll get a younger asset for Ingram.
Yeah,
another guy that we're gonna move here. Can't move Higgins. Can't move Ayuk. Can't really move Lamb unless you wanted to down tier.
I don't think
which
you do.
is kind of. I mean, in a 14 team, you're still. This is really a 12 team though. The only value difference is quarterbacks, which are more valuable.
How many more trade away targets do we need?
1.
I mean, I would shop a number of these guys. When Tyjae Spears gets healthy.
Can you shop McMillan?
McMillan, yeah.
Let's move McMillan and Spears.
Just higher upside.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm just going to give you rebuilding trade targets here. Rashee Rice.
Trey Benson will always be a perfect
Trey Benson.
target. 2025 rookie picks. And let's get him another good receiver.
Chris Godwin.
In this range. I actually think Keon Coleman is not a bad target right now.
He's not, but I think his market price will just.
Who was your other one? What did you say?
Chris Godwin, because he's injured. So his value is going to go up. I'm just thinking of like value, guys. Not
I
anymore.
think that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Benson, Rashee Rice, Chris Godwin, and 25 rookie picks.
Yeah, perfect. I like that.
If you're down tiering from Dak, I'll just put this in the comments for you. QB down tier targets.
Do not
As a reload. It's risky, but we're playing the value game, not a keep forever. But McCarthy is just too good of a value to pass up on right now. He's an automatic value increase guy.
Bo Nix.
Even Nix, who continues to show that he has decent productive upside. Goff is very safe if you want him in that range. So those are 3 guys there that are going to be really solid.
Hold your picks all the way till the draft would be one of my comments. Don't trade any of them unless you get a steal.
I would say don't stress too much about competing for the 101.
No, don't worry about that at all. It's a fine rebuild, man.
Worry about the value wins that you control. You control value wins. You don't control what pick you're going to get. And even though it's, with that bracket and winning it, I'm not going to go into that and like go buy contending assets so that I can go win the losers bracket so that I can maybe have a chance of getting the 101. It's just too risky.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Sam. Appreciate you, man. We'll send your blueprint over here in the next day or so. We'll finalize that, proofread it, make sure you're good. But appreciate you getting one, and really good rebuild in my opinion. It was kind of hard to find. Some trades for you. So, Dr. Ryan Cecil, what's up, my friend? Are you all taking super chats? We do. Here, I'll drop the link to that. The super chats are through the Flock site now. It's going to be a lot better experience. It's going to look better. It's going to show up in our feed right here when you do it. Once if you're a member, you get 30% off, but they're pretty much the same. It's just they look a lot better, and it shows up right here. So there you go. If you follow that link, it should be really easy to set something up if you don't have an account already. Use code domain. Make sure you do that to get a discount, and then you can submit your super messages on here. So can't call them super chats, but we can call them super messages. So
legal.
That's legal. All right, let's go to Bomb Droppa 710. Appreciate you, buddy. This is a live team blueprint. He says, I'm going to be 4-4, and Sam said, appreciate you guys. First blueprint helped me get to the spot. Very awesome. This is good then. This is, again, I feel like this team's in a really good spot. So appreciate you, Sam. Thank you. Gonna be 4-4 this week. I have second and last points for and max points for. Second to last, sorry. I feel like it's time to pick a direction. I think like if you're second to last, I feel like your direction is getting picked. Traded Mahomes and Garrett for Kyler and AJ Brown. That's beautiful in my opinion, first of all. But let's go ahead and look at it. It's Bomb Droppa is going to be his name.
Mahomes for Garrett. Mahomes and Garrett for Kyler and AJB.
Yeah, it's basically upgrading
Nice.
from Garrett to AJB, and I like that. I do think that's an upgrade.
It's not bad.
All right, let's go to Bomb Droppa 710 here. This is a 4-3 team, but again, you mentioned you're second to last in points for and max points for, which means you're probably a pretender, and we're going to go ahead and count on that. And looking at your team, yeah, I think this is definitely a team that I want to do a 1-year reload on. You have all of your picks, so all future firsts, all of his future picks, and
what's his team name?
Bomb Droppa 710. Awesome,
cool.
And I'll let you start with the freaking what's it called? The freaking positional grades. Gosh dang, Avery.
You good there, brain?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink real quick. You want anything?
No.
Okay.
No more function until sandwich. Got to eat it. So let's look here. Kyler, Tua, and Bo Nix. I like that in a 12-team superflex. That's a solid grade. I'll give you a value-wise, a 7 out of 10. Running back, you've got. I'm comfortable with that build though, honestly. Running back, you got James Cook, Jonathan Brooks, J.K. Dobbins, who is already, I know, going to be one of the guys I'm going to have you move. And then Braylon Allen as well, Marshawn Lloyd. This is a modest 4 out of 10, I think. Maybe even 5. I'll give you a 5. Wide receiver, you got A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Jacoby Myers, Cortland Sutton. A couple decent guys up top, and not a ton of value after A.J. Brown and DJ Moore. That's going to be a 4 out of 10. And then Trey McBride and Ben Sinnott, Colby Parkinson, some streamable guys there. That's an 8 automatically with Trey McBride. Maybe I'll give you a 9. I might give you a 9. I love Trey McBride. So this is a 12-team start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because you got 3 flexes here. Bo Nix in your depth. Marshawn Lloyd in your depth. Ton of tight ends in your depth. Cortland Sutton in your depth. I'll give you a 4 out of 10 there. It's a pretty good depth. And again, 1-year reload, so your outlook's going to be reload, contend here. You got great cornerstones. I love the cornerstone guys that you have here. You got Kyler, Tua, James Cook, Jonathan Brooks, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, and Trey McBride. This is the situation you want to be in as a reload. This is true. I mean, this is the truest reload that I have probably seen in a while, because you are really just moving a couple guys, making a couple down tiers. You're going to be right back to contention in week. Who the heck is that?
That's Aaron Stam Jewel.
I mean, I better answer it.
That's a lot of cornerstones, I will say, for this team that is going to be reloading.
It's great. So
yeah.
Good situation here. Numero uno guy, I'm going to have you move. There are a lot of guys. It's kind of a lot of mid-value guys here that I want you to move. I'm going to have you package a lot of guys. J.K. Dobbins and Braylon Allen.
Yep.
Get them off your team. Say goodbye.
100%. A lot of people are going to say, well, Braylon Allen's a really good rebuild.
Hey, this week was the week that we were waiting for. This is why Calvin Ridley was a good target in the offseason. You can move him now after he drops 25 points.
Hooray. And
Calvin Ridley.
Just say Calvin Ridley's
and Courtland Sutton.
Balling out without D-Hop. Just sell him that way. I don't know.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley and Courtland Sutton. And honestly, don't you think someone's going to pay up for Jacoby Myers?
Because I looked at him and I thought, okay, that's a trade
Or
target.
should we just down tier from James Cook?
And the thing is, that's a good one too. I like that better because he's always undervalued. So I just have a tough time thinking somebody's going to be like, oh, he has good value.
I'll have him move James Cook then.
All right, cool.
And let's get a cornerstone wide receiver because you do need help at wide receiver.
So Stretchy Silver, if we didn't already send you your blueprint, so you have to check on that. You can upgrade. You just do like a super message on the site for like $10 and include your team name in there. So your team name that pops up on the My Reviews page. And then, yeah, we can do the blueprint live. That's no big deal. Bloom. All right, so some
cornerstone wide receiver. She Rice. Same price range as James Cook.
No, I was going to say this is the rebuild. The rebuilds here. Like, this is a reload, really. It's really not a rebuild.
Yep. So 25 rookie picks would be great if you can get those as well.
Ayuk.
If you're moving Calvin Ridley, Courtland Sutton, J.K. Dobbins, Braylon Allen, Ayuk is going to be in that price range. He is going to be a phenomenal target. And if you want to bolster running back for next year, Trey Benson's going to be good to pair with Jonathan Brooks. Unless you get another idea.
And then obviously 25 picks, I think, are a great one for that one. So I know.
I already said it like 10 times.
Okay. Cornerstone,
record 4-3.
contending rebuild. This is going to be more in the middle than normal, but you're definitely more of a rebuild.
Yep.
Draft
Trending
capital.
left.
Obviously, your draft capital is great.
Great.
You've got all of your future picks, and then suggestions and comments. You're going to be holding all of those future picks as long as you can, no matter what, since they're going to increase in value. My second comment here is going to be, since you are reload, you're essentially playing the market, so don't stop making trades and keep buying low and selling high. And then Nathan will give you the last one. Nathan.
Target assets with high value upside, and don't undervalue safety / insulation, because again, you are a true reload. So some safety here is going to be good just to carry on through 2025.
Appreciate you, Bomb Droppa, and really good rebuild here, in my opinion. You should be set up for a lot of success next year. Reload. Should be set
Never rebuild
for a lot of success next year.
That's like our motto.
But if you guys want a team blueprint, you can get the
rebuild.
rankings, you can get the trade calculator, you can get the My Teams, the Discord. You get a team blueprint when you buy the annual Motherflocker tier with code domain. This blueprint right here is included in the annual membership. You can upgrade to a 2.0 or you can get a 1.0 and get it done live. You can upgrade to a live blueprint, obviously. You can upgrade that in the screen when it lets you use your voucher. But again, the best way to get a blueprint, in my opinion, is to just get the freaking annual Motherflocker tier with code domain, so you get all those tools. Because the tools are what you're going to use all year round. The blueprint, you use it, it's going to put you on the right track, you make your moves, and then eventually you might need another one. But the tools you're going to be able to use, and we're adding to the tools. So if you're a Dynasty player, like Nathan and I are the Dynasty voices inside that freaking creator room. Like, we're going to make sure you guys have the best tools possible. So make sure you use code domain. Like I said, you can upgrade your blueprint if you want it done live, and we can do it here. That's a really nice feature that they just added. But Bomb Drop Up, appreciate you, my friend. Let's go to BPup89. Who says he is 7-1 after this week. I want to go all in this year. I love it. Let's do it. Thoughts on what to do to win this year and set myself up for next season as well. That's what we're always going to keep that in mind. So, Well, I do see. I want to comment on this. That is Big Justice. Big Justice is in this league, so that's a big deal.
Pause. Quick question from Stretchy Silver in the comments. He said he ordered a blueprint last week.
I already answered this.
I didn't know that.
I already answered.
We are in our own worlds right now, dude.
No, you're in your own world. I'm in my world. In your world. I'm in the world. I'm in this world. You
says the one who told them to target a guy that I told them to target 3 times.
That's my one mistake. I made one mistake tonight.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
So am I.
You sure about that?
I think half your brain is in your sandwich.
Is my sandwich here?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think half of your brain's in your sandwich.
So hungry. Oh, I fully admit.
Hey, the peeps.
Oh, they left me a voicemail. Aaron Stamjewel.
The peeps want the blueprints. We had to do the blueprints.
Nice.
Gangbangers is second in the power rankings here. This is a Superflex 12 team. Dynasty start 10 half PPR. And Coop, the way you tell what code you use, which you can still get a blueprint no matter what code, but the way you tell what code you use is it should say on your account page your code. So just go to your account page. If it's not code domain and you want to sign up and get the free blueprint but also get all the tools, the best way to do that is just to create an account with code domain, create another one with another email. So, but let's look at this.
Gang bangers.
The gang does bang. And okay, this
does it though?
Wow.
6-1.
This team does not look like a 6-1 team to me.
He's totally been starting Daniel Jones over AR. Jordan Mason's been producing. James Conner's been producing. Tank Bigsby's been producing. Tyron Tracy's been producing. Kareem Hunt.
Shaky.
CD, Devonta Smith, Brian Thomas, Mike Evans, who we just lost, Deontay Johnson.
He does have an extra first.
Okay.
That first is Royal Flush's first. Royal Flush is, oh my gosh, it's an early first. This is a very unique team right here.
Let's go through the grades first.
Okay.
Generally, going through the grades helps. So,
all right. Quarterback 6 or 7. It's Kyler essentially, and then
he's got Kyler
7.
Yeah.
Bigsby, Mason, Tracy, Connor. I mean, from a value standpoint, again, this is a great redraft or a decent redraft.
From a value standpoint, this is a 3 tops.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like because it's a 12 team.
Mm-hmm.
CD, BTJ, Devonta, Evans, Deontay, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Polk. It's honestly a 7 or an 8. Like, it's not bad.
Yep.
Eric All, Johnny Smith, that's a 1.
It's a stream tight end.
Yeah, it's a stream tight end. So, and then extra, again, your draft capital grade is going to be decent. Cornerstones are going to be Kyler Murray and then CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith, and Brian Thomas Jr. I still don't feel any more
He's got 2 extra
freaking clarity right now. Can he win? He is winning with this running back.
He is winning.
But what moves do you make? Because okay, I mean, right off the bat, because the other thing is he's going to be losing. Tank Bigsby and Tyron Tracy are immediate trade away targets for me. Yep. Even on a redraft team, they are.
Yep.
The other thing is he's losing Jordan Mason, so he's got to go get. In Dynasty, though, here's the thing: in Dynasty, the nice thing about playing Dynasty is you can trade Tyron Tracy and go get Aaron Jones.
If he didn't have 2 firsts and 3 seconds for next year, I'd be like, fold now.
Yeah, but his value is so insulated. So when we're looking at Tyron Tracy and his value and some running backs equivalent to him, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get a solid guy here. Oh, gosh.
Tank Bigsby. Yeah, I'd check Tank Bigsby.
All right, we'll do both of them. So Tyron Tracy is next to Najee, Pollard, James Conner. You have James Conner, right?
Go get Pollard.
But go get Pollard, honestly. And then Bigsby, holy budgie on a stick.
Yeah, I know.
Kamara, Swifty. Seriously, look.
What?
They're 2 spots apart. Jones, though. I'd go get Aaron Jones.
Go get DeAndre Swift or Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so the wide receiver room. He obviously loses Mike Evans. I would hold Deontay Johnson in a Dynasty League just because he is about to get traded.
Yes. Which is hilarious because they paid a 2nd round pick for him.
Because Tepper is he is so incompetent. It's not even funny.
He's really
incompetent.
Oh man. I mean, can you get any competent tight end? Anyone?
It's a good question. Do you think you can?
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Don't lie.
go move Richardson and go get someone that's scoring points, not at quarterback, at running back or wide receiver.
Really? So just roll with Jones?
He's 6-1.
And Richardson hasn't done anything.
All
right, so then who are we trading? I mean, Richardson's going to be a super sell low, which honestly at this point, I feel like you're just getting out before it bottoms out.
Yeah.
This sucks.
I'm going to put Cousins continues to be a super cheap quarterback target. I could even put Stafford on there, honestly, right now. Just anyone to short up the quarterback position. Yeah.
Jacobs on this team would be nice. But I do think you need another wide receiver. What wide receivers did you put? Did you put any yet?
Well, I've got Jacobs and Swift. I can take off Pollard.
We need, we need a wide receiver, at least one.
Well, who's he going to move? We got him moving Tank Bigsby, Tyron Tracy. We've got him moving Anthony Richardson for a...
Honestly, you know who the man of the day is at wide receiver trade targets? Terry.
Yep.
That's a good one for this one, too.
Terry's
a huge buy.
Who we moving away?
I thought we had those.
Well, I kind of paired them together, Bigsby and Tyron
Okay,
Tracy.
so you need one more.
Yeah. I can separate them, though, because they do have a lot of value.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would separate them. They're two different value ranges, too.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Did you do so rebuild contend? Obviously, we're going to go contend here. Draft capital grade. Your draft capital grade is above average for a team like this, so you're going to get a good draft capital grade as well. And then we'll go suggestions and comments here. Don't be afraid to move your 25 first if it wins you the league. Don't be afraid. That's the other thing. He's got a bargaining chip here with 25 first. He would need to move. You need to move your own 25 first, though, so you can specify that in the comments as well.
I didn't hear anything you said.
Don't be afraid to move your own 25 first to win the league. Did you do those already?
About to.
Okay. I'll let you do a suggestion and comment after that.
Did you do any other comment or just that
No,
one?
just that one. I mean, I've got more. You're obviously winning without these guys, but I mean, I would say you need to brace yourself for the loss of Jordan Mason. Because you just lost Evans and Mason, two guys who have really won you a lot of games to this point. And then whatever you have. It's an interesting team. This is a really interesting team, in my opinion.
I mean, what are we categorizing it at? What's the archetype? I'm kind of inclined to go.
I've never honestly seen.
You do have.
It has. It's close.
You do have relative well-rounded value because you've got value at the essential positions at quarterback and wide receiver.
I have to turn around and look at the DVM.
But you've got picks, so it will be a reload third-year outlook.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, brace yourself for the lost Jordan Mason. You'll need to compensate, and I would say running back is your priority in trade negotiations. Especially as a contender. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Appreciate you. Beep pop.
Wrap.
Let us know if you have any questions. We'll get your blueprint over to you here in the next day or two. And then we got a super message from my guy, Stretchy Silv.
His depth isn't bad, actually.
Stretchy Silver is his team name. So will you...
it's pretty good depth.
When you're done with that, will you move Stretchy Silver over to the active queue?
Stretchy Silv. Yep, I will move him over.
And then after that, we're going to do Corey's and Stretchy's. And then after that, we're approaching 8 o'clock here. So these are probably going to be the last two we do tonight. So
because game?
Yeah, for the game. Because we do want to watch the game. Who plays?
Well, the Steelers and the Giants.
And the,
was that a 12 team?
Barn burner.
B-Pop? B-Pop was in the 12 team.
I don't know. I already moved it. Bruh.
12
Should have said, yeah. Okay. So if you'll move Stretchy Silver's over while I get started on this one, we'll go to Corey's now. So Stretchy, we'll move yours over.
Stretchy man.
Stretchly. All right, this one's going to be a manual, and what I'm going to recommend to you, Nathan, is
you read the players.
What I'm going to recommend, because there's a lot of players in this league, is we do the team review now and have somebody else do the manual input. Come back and watch.
All right.
Let's just evaluate the team, because I don't want to fry your brain. All right, so this is going to be a team on MFL, and let's see. He says for his draft capital, he has his 25 first and third. He has his 26 first, second, and third. It's a league where you win based on points 4. That is beautiful. I need leagues like this. The best teams actually win at fantasy. I freaking love that.
That's awesome.
I freaking love that.
Man, you really got Avery going there.
It just triggers me. I get so unlucky. Like,
I know.
I hate that fantasy is luck-based. This makes it not luck-based.
Mm-hmm.
Or less luck-based. I wasn't looking good halfway through. I had no draft capital, so I blew it up. Traded Reek, Connor Mixon, Godwin, Mike Evans for Caleb Williams, Brian Thomas, Dell Addison, Bigsby, a 2 first and second and a third. How did you pull that off? Because the best player... Okay, so I'm going to need your league settings here. It doesn't... because he didn't put his league settings in, it didn't look like. Or it's not loading. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 10-team league. This is going to be, and again, they'll catch all this when they come back and do it. But 10-team league, and it's a dynasty. Looks like this is your roster, and it looks like it's probably a super flex league based on your quarterbacks here. You've got Herbert, Stafford, Watson, and Williams in a 10-team super flex. That's like what, a 7, yeah. Mm-hmm. Bigsby, Dobbins, ETN, Zach Moss, Samir White. Yeah, it's Bigsby and ETN really, and then Dobbins from you've got for the contending standpoint. I think that's probably what, a 5. Addison, Ayuk, Austin, Dell, Kirk, Pearsall, BTJ, Williams, Wilson, Knox. Oh, sorry, Knox tight end. So really BTJ, Tank Dell, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, and then who was the first guy on the other page? Go away. Addison. This is not bad. That's like a 6 or a 7. And a 10-team, it's probably a 6. And then Pitts, Aubrey, that's the kicker. So just Pitts and Knox. Pitts and Knox is another. In a 10-team, it's 7 or 8. So
we're going 7 at quarterback.
So he did say
7 at QB, 6 at running back, and what at wide receiver?
What did I get? Wide receiver said 6, I think.
What'd you say at running back?
Running back was a 5.
Okay. And tight ends, what tight end does he have? Pitts. He has Pitts. It's a 7.
It's a 7, yeah. So
that's a well-rounded team.
It seems like a well-rounded team, and he gave us picks. He does have his first for both years. It's probably going to be a well-rounded, but he's not contending this year. He did blow it up, so it's probably going to be do we have well-roundeds with...
Oh, is he going to blow it up?
He already did blow it up because he traded away Tyreek, Mixon,
he has
Godwin.
Williams, BTJ, Dell, Addison, and he's got rookie picks.
Yeah,
that's
it's borderline a future value.
It's a reload / future value.
I just categorize it as future value. So
next to each other.
I would categorize it as future value.
Cool. Yep, that's good with me.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And his rookie pick score.
He's only thing he's missing is his 25 second.
So no 25 second.
Yeah. Did you move Stretchy Silvers over?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
You'll just have to refresh.
I will. All right, so it's a 1 QB, he said, and he did say, I think, no time premium. PPR.
Who's his top QB in the 1 QB?
He also said, mid-session draft is tomorrow.
Who's his?
Hold on. So are there any comments on his submission?
Yeah. Did you read those?
I did read that one.
Oh.
He didn't in the chat.
No.
So mid-session draft, what? I'm not gonna lie, Corey. I've not had a league with a mid-session draft before. So what does that mean? Plan on dropping Watson for Tucker Kraft.
Oh yeah.
Or likely if he hasn't. Yeah, no, you're definitely doing that. And a 1 QB, not even close. So let us know what the mid-session draft is. Unless you just mean waivers, but I don't think you do. So I'm assuming what you mean by this is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is instead of waivers, all of the guys, instead of doing waivers every week, you do waivers one time and it's a draft. Mm-hmm. Which that's actually kind of fun. It's actually really fun. But yeah, let's do some moves here. So since it's a 1 QB, the guy you're going to want to keep here, in my opinion, is Caleb Williams, and you can trade Justin Herbert. So we can't drop players. So midway, we have a draft where we can drop players and add new ones. Okay. So that's basically just one-time waivers.
Yeah. So definitely a guy that we're gonna have, or guys are Dobbins and Bigsby. And we're gonna go for. Whoops, excuse me. Whew. What?
I'm just kidding.
I had a weird hiccup. Say for long-term asset. That'll be the first move there, and then pulling up the other guys. I mean, yeah, Bigsby, Dobbins, ETN, every single one of those guys clear out running back. ETN is plummeted.
Plummet.
I mean, those are going to be. Oh yeah, those are going to be the moves right there, man.
Yeah.
We're moving Dobbins, we're moving Bigsby, and we're moving ETN. Going for wide receivers.
Just wide receivers.
We're pivoting.
I mean, I really don't even think you need to.
And
I
we're
think you
going
just
for
go get a
safer
bunch of wide
long-term
receivers
asset,
here.
Just go get receivers.
That's what I think.
So our targets.
Rasheed Rice, Brandon Ayuk. He has Ayuk.
Well, he has Ayuk. I don't know if he can get Rasheed Rice with those guys.
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman's a good target. I also do think that Xavier Legette continues to be a solid target.
Yep, I agree.
And then we will go for 2025 rookie picks. As many as you can get. This will be an RCC. What's his depth score looking like? It's not too hot, is it?
No, it's not. So really, like you're talking about,
10.
yeah.
And then the contender rebuild scale. Obviously, you are future value. You're kind of looking to blow it up here this week, so or this year. All right, suggestions and comments.
Okay, so you're just playing the market at this point as a 1 year reload, or as a future value team. So buy low, sell high, continue to play the market on these guys. It's all about value, and don't worry about running backs. Build. I mean, actually, that'll be a separate comment. Play the market. My second comment will be build wide receiver primarily. In a 1 QB, wide receiver is everything. Just build around wide receiver right now.
I'd also say explore offers for Kyle Pitts. Target more wide receivers, or down tier.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for submitting. I'm glad you got this submitted okay without getting a sleeper. But I mean, I think you're doing a good job here. I think the main thing is, again, in this format, with this league settings, I think you just, whatever you do, build around wide receiver, which you did just go get Brian Thomas, Tank Dell, Addison, and then picks. It's beautiful, man. I will say this class is a little bit weaker for wide receiver in particular. It's not as deep as last year's, and so like I said, go move some of those guys if you feel like you can. But yeah, appreciate you. We'll send your blueprint over on the My Reviews page of the Flock site here in the next day or two. So, okay, let's do Stretchy Silvers and wrap this thing up. Appreciate you, Stretch. You said you're 1-6, but you're third in max points for. So I am wondering how I can prepare for next season. This
Punishment for the toilet bowl loser.
And I would like to keep enough current score on my team to try to avoid that while still making.
Well, it sounds like if you're third in max points for, you're probably going to be able to keep a decent amount of that production.
Yeah,
so
it sounds like you're going to be okay. But your team name here is Team Stretchy Silver, and when you're looking, he's right here in the middle of the pack at 6 in a 10-team league. This is a 10-team 1 QB start 8 half PPR Dynasty league, and we're going to go ahead and take a look here.
Oh, hello, Joe Burrow down tier.
Oh, hello, Joe Burrow down tier. Joe Burrow, Michael Penix, and Justin Fields in a 1 QB 10 team. I mean, this is a fine quarterback room. This is probably a 7 or an 8. Running back room, Saquon Barkley, James Conner, Jalen Wright, Rashad White, Kareem Hunt. Again, in a 1 QB 10 team, you've got some upside there, but not a ton of depth, but you don't need depth. I'd probably go, 7?
Running back, I think it's a 7, yeah. Well, maybe a 6.
Yeah, the wide receiver.
In a 10 team, it's a
10
6,
team.
yeah.
Marv, Rasheed Rice, DJ Moore, Josh Jones, Cooper Kupp, Romeo Dobbs. Yeah, this is a Keenan Allen down here. This is a really good wide receiver.
Lockett.
In my opinion, this is a
Smith.
wide receiver factory team. And
In a 10 team?
yeah, maybe not in a 10 team actually. If anything, then it's a well-rounded team. But
He's definitely looking to reload here though. So we're probably going to turn that into a reload.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. Or future value, honestly. Because he does
What are his
have
rookie picks?
he does only have.
Does he have any extra picks?
He doesn't have any extra picks.
No,
He
he
have
just
all
owns all his
future
future rookie picks.
And then Laporta and Ferguson is a 10. Well, is Laporta an automatic 10 anymore? So what is it, a 9? Okay.
I mean, oh my gosh, he has Ferguson and Kraft. He has Laporta, Andrews, Ferguson, and Kraft.
That's a 10.
Never mind, that's a 10.
You have a monopoly
Yeah.
on all of the
The
teams in your
heck?
league, all the tight ends. That's crazy. All right, Joe Burrow down tier. Again, I think if you're going to get somebody
Saquon
here,
Barkley will go for a cornerstone wide receiver.
yep,
Actually,
like a really good cornerstone wide receiver here.
Yeah. Actually, do we want him to hold Barkley for the reload? Or is that too risky?
It's not a bad hold. His value probably will, if anything, slightly decrease this offseason, but not enough to where I think he's a must sell on this type of team.
He's got really good depth.
Yeah, he does have good depth.
Um,
So Burrow down tier.
yeah, already done.
James Conner needs to be moved to this year.
I'm gonna
Kareem
add,
Hunt.
I'm gonna add a bunch of the lower guys. So
Kareem
Cooper
Hunt.
Kupp, you need to move. So
Cooper
the big three on here, I'll add those in the suggestions and comments.
Okay.
So we're gonna move Cooper Kupp for a younger asset. We're moving Burrow, Barkley, Cooper Kupp, and then other assets. OTB would be Connor, Allen, as in Keenan Allen. Dobbs should be on the block here.
So can I add a suggestion and comment?
Rashad White should be on the block. And
Your
Lockett
main
should be on the block.
Your main goal here is to get declining value off your roster because you've got a lot of declining value.
Andrews,
So sell declining value.
Ferguson.
And then let's give you some players to target here. We're not going to worry about team build here. We're going to worry primarily about increasing value. You've got Rasheed Rice, which I love. You could add Brandon Ayuk to that because he is now injured, and I like that a lot. I like buying him, not that he's injured. I would advocate for Chris Godwin since his value has plummeted. Yeah.
So we're down to from Burrow to who?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you could go Purdy again. To 1 QB.
I'm gonna go lower on a 1 QB.
All right, I'm fine with that. Add Ayuk to that.
Ayuk is good for a 10 team. Let's get a big name receiver if he's moving Saquon.
Yeah, you're right. We do need to put that in there.
I think London's in that range.
Yeah, London, and then Trey Benson as a target here. Rebuild, obviously, he leans rebuild here on the contend rebuild scale. His cornerstones are Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, Marvin Harrison, Rasheed Rice, and Sam Laporta. Still classified as a rebuild technically. Draft capital, you've got all your future first. It's going to be right there where it should be.
And my suggestion will be try down tiering from Laporta.
Yes.
Or just actually not even down tiering.
So we'll leave London on here as your suggestion, but his question was, should I see if I could get Puka for Barkley? Yes. Do it.
Yep.
Run.
Move Laporta for a top wide receiver or for a solid wide receiver.
And the other good thing about getting Puka instead of Ayuk
And ride with Kraft,
is
man.
you're going to get points and you're going to avoid that toilet bowl.
Ride
like you
with
want.
Tucker Kraft.
All right, man. Great team. Appreciate you. Like I said, ask us questions in the Discord if you have some questions as you're doing this. But main thing is going to be get declining value off of this roster because you've got a lot of contending assets still. So I think you still got some more to just move for some future value. So, All right, and I'll refresh real quick just to make sure nobody snuck anything in here. We have 5 minutes, but that's going to wrap it up. So, yeah, appreciate you guys, and we got some blueprints on today. If you got a blueprint, daggone it, go away.
You good there, man?
Yeah, well, I guess I'll I'll show that here in a second. But If you got a blueprint and did it today on the stream, we'll send that to you here in the next day or so. And like I said, if you guys want a live blueprint, you can get one. You get the rankings, the My Teams, the Discord, you get the trade calculator, all things you use for your Dynasty leagues. Plus, you get a team blueprint when you sign up for the annual Motherflocker tier with code domain. You can check your code on your account page. You get one of these free. You can get it upgraded to a live for like a 10 or actually like $7, I think. And then you can also upgrade it to 2.0 if you want that. So flockfantasy.com/domain. Like I said, make sure you use code domain, and then that's going to get you all of those things. But have fun watching the game tonight. We appreciate you guys. Thanks everybody for coming out. Appreciate you guys supporting us. We know we love you. Have fun, win some Dynasty leagues. We'll see you later.